Stick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's Free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's Free Texas Roadhouse Appetizers and Skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
That's right, welcome back in as your Elmira Enforcers get set to take on the Delaware Thunder for the second and final time this weekend. I'm John Clement, bringing you all the action live alongside my co-host tonight, Colby Smith. Colby, welcome back up to the booth.
Thanks again for having me. It's been great.
Well, an interesting game as it finished out last night, hoping the Enforcers can get the work done a little quicker and easier, but of course the focus turns to the net right away. Mighty Joe Young going to be the man tonight. He's going to start it, he's going to keep it going, and hopefully the Enforcers can get the job done. He's got a backup goaltender as it is, Jake Witowski from the men's league right next door. He's the emergency backup goalie for the evening, a position that, I'll tell you what, we've seen it come into effect. You're a Blackhawks fan, you know better than anybody about the E-Bug situation.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to have that happen tonight, but, you know, whatever happens, happens.
It certainly does, and the Enforcers, of course, came out, had a heck of a game last night. Now they need to find a way to come through and beat the Delaware Thunder for the second time in a row. Not going to be easy, as it appears it will be Aaron Taylor in net yet again. Aaron Taylor put on a heck of a showing last night.
Yeah, he definitely did. He kept that game close. If it had been Morgan Hudson in net, we don't know much about Morgan Hudson, but who knows how the game could have gone. Taylor made plenty of saves, blocked the opportunities that the Enforcers were given.
It's definitely a question mark. The Enforcers, of course, getting set and ready to go. Alex Basie will be back in the lineup. Nothing happened with Basie in the lineup for the first two periods. He got taken out for the third, which is when all the scoring happened. So you hope he'll be a little bit of an anchor on the foot of the Delaware Thunder coming into tonight.
Yeah, and he was definitely a question mark coming into tonight's game, as you said, but obviously he's back in there, so we'll see what he can do and just hope anything doesn't happen. I mean,
it's one of those things you worry about the risk of injury, especially when a guy's willing to get chippy, not only with players, but with a person who works at the rink. I mean, he accosted the Zamboni driver. It was not a pretty scene there at the end of the second period. As speaking of the man, he's skating off the ice right now, skating down as an official literally following him down towards the tunnel there. So they will get everybody off the ice safely. Apparently no issues going to come before the game, at least, which is good here on Veterans Appreciation Night. The Enforcers taking a moment out to honor those men and women who have served and done their part to protect this great country in which we find ourselves living. And I know I'm personally very excited to be a part of the action here tonight, Colby.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited too. Like you were saying with Basie, the whole thing was definitely out of line, but it'll be nice to move on and get things rolling again here tonight.
And as we say, moving on, now last night's over. The Enforcers took the 3 points. They got out of here. Now it's a new game. 3 more points on the line, and the Enforcers have yet to sweep a weekend series. They had their first opportunity last weekend in Georgia, ended up losing in the shootout. And now it's a brand new game, and we'll have to see what comes of it, as the Enforcers, they can use all the points they can get. They're trailing 1 and 2 by quite a bit.
Yeah, Mentor and Watertown, the two teams on top, and you'll hear about that from Coach Brent Clark and Coach's Corner tonight. That was a nice little interview prior to game time tonight.
So we'll have that for you coming up real shortly. I want to talk about the two games that are already underway, one of which contains those Mentor icebreakers we were just talking about. They're battling the Rumblebees at home. 6 minutes into the game, Mentor already a 1-0 lead. Battle Creek has hit a rough patch coming out of it. And then Carolina looking for a little bit of revenge after Danbury kind of slowed down their party last night as they were raising the banner, although a few mishaps apparently occurring down there. The banner fell down, the jerseys were there, but I mean, the banner falling is not ever a good sign to start off the season. Obviously, the GM posted a post today saying something about bad juju, and not something you want to hear on championship banner raising night. But right now, they're behind the 8 ball again, tied with Danbury 1-1. Danbury clearly a threat of a team out there, so we'll have to see what they can end up doing. Danbury not going to lie down and go home easily.
Yeah, and the matchup should come of interest because, as I said last night, The Enforcers travel to Danbury next weekend, and then Danbury comes here in the next homestand, which will be the day before Thanksgiving, November 27th, and then, of course, the 2 days after Thanksgiving, Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th.
Certainly will be, and we'll be through November at that point as the Enforcers come back. And after that, only 4 games left in the 2019 portion of the schedule, December 6th and 7th, and, of course, December 26th and 27th. So those will be obviously great games. You won't want to miss your chance to see the 2019 version of your Elmira Enforcers, but time is running out, so make sure you get your tickets early. And of course, if you want to get them often too, we'll fill the place. That's a happy coincidence for us. But the Enforcers, a lot of work to do. They got off to a little bit of a slow start again. First 4 games last year, 0-4. First 4 games this year, we talked about it yesterday, 0-2, 1-1. So you get the win. You don't go on that 4-game losing streak. You get 3 points, which is, equivalent to a regulation victory. But now's the time the Enforcers have to turn it around, because you don't want those divisional foes getting too far out in front, despite the situations that they're in, playing teams that may be a little bit lesser. I mean, wouldn't mind seeing Battle Creek on our schedule a couple times early in the year either.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say they're lesser, but I mean, Watertown and Mentor are obviously driving forces. Watertown might still be a little bit bitter after going out in the first round last year, if you want to put it that way. So I think Watertown's kind of got it in them that they want to come back and go a little bit further this year.
Well, I mean, you get into the game, you want to go as far as you can, and obviously Watertown has 2 championship banners hanging from their rafters. As we look down towards the old wall of Jackals championships, those both Eastern Conference championship banners hanging down there. No league championships. So the Enforcers trying to change that. In their first year of history, were unable to do so, but another chance comes up right now. They have another season. They're confident in the team. Coach Brent Clark obviously did a lot of work in recruiting and trying to put together the best team he could to give this team an opportunity to make a run for the Commissioner's Cup. And honestly, from what I've seen, they're right there. They just have to play like they did the first 40 minutes for 60 minutes.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of talent here. It's just a matter of going to be piecing it together, because you'll hear throughout the broadcast tonight, such as Ahmed Mahfouz in the first intermission talking about the power play, then Cameron Yarwood talking about the penalty kill. It's just a matter of piecing all those small things together to get one big game of 60 minutes and be able to win those 60-minute games.
Well, they did get one monkey off their back, not to use an old expression here, but they got the monkey off the back, getting the power play goal finally last night. So hopefully that'll break open the floodgates and allow them to get going and keep things moving forward, because in all honesty, the power play last year, 20%, that's decent, but it was never one of those things that when you're talking about the Enforcers, the power play, that's something you got to look out for. It's not been the case in their existence. There has to be some resolution to that this year.
Yeah, for certain of that. They've been working on it for certain, as you'll be able to pick up on. It's at a stale 4% after last night. So yeah.
I mean, it is early in the season. 4%, in 5 games. It's not too terribly worrisome at this point, but as it continues on, of course, that is going to be something that needs to be addressed. Before we get too much deeper into the pregame show here on Mixlr.com and live on YouTube, which we'd like to thank all of our amazing fans for tuning in. If you couldn't be at the game, make sure you catch us on YouTube. We'll have YouTube on the road as well, starting next week as we go to Danbury, Connecticut, and the Danbury Hat Tricks for the first time this season. We do want to get into the scratches. Tonight's lineup scratches brought to you by Arnett Health, the official healthcare provider of your Elmira Enforcers. Arnett Health, come to expect the best. www.arnetthealth.org. The Enforcers, a very similar lineup to last night. The one big change out of that, Willie Dagno going to be a healthy scratch tonight. The other big scratches, Igor Babian, he'll be out of it tonight, as will, once again, suffering with that foot injury, Nathan Pellegra. Hate to see that. Nate tends to be very streaky, and once he gets going, he really tears it up, but he's got to find a way to stay healthy, and to be honest, ever since he came here, he's really had some issues staying healthy, and that may have been one of the issues when he was up in the Southern Professional League, just trying to keep healthy for a full schedule. And you hate to see it, because there's a lot of talent there, and even just his work in the face-off circle is commendable.
He's definitely got a lot of talent, and being up in the SPHL is obviously a big jump from here, being in the FPHL. But you got to stay healthy, like you said, and being able to do that is probably the thing that kept him from being up there this year. But like you said, he can tear it up when he wants to, when he's healthy, when he's on. So hopefully he can recover from that foot injury fast and help the Enforcers raise the championship banner this year.
For sure, definitely miss him in the face-off circle. That is such a big part of the game anymore. It's kind of funny, you watch it, even an NHL broadcast, the entire conversation comes down to possession, and that is where the Enforcers dominated last night for 40 minutes of play. But when they got into trouble, they were in their own zone, and the face-offs were being won. That is where a face-off specialist like a Nate Pellegra really comes in handy, and the Enforcers are still trying to find that. They're cycling through. They've got Hudson Michaelis. He's done a fantastic job, but would you call him a face-off specialist? Probably not. They've got Kyle Stevens. Stevens much improved in the face-off circle over last year. Would you call him a face-off specialist? Probably not. And that line continues on down. They've tried Skropolis. They've tried Skinner in there. They've tried Ahmed Mahfouz in the offensive zone. I mean, the Enforcers trying to find a way to put together that spot that they can get possession, and keep it working in their favor. It's just gone against them because it is a possession game, and the other teams are working specifically to win those draws.
Yeah, the other team definitely works to win the draws, and 40 minutes the Enforcers dominated last night, and the other 20 they obviously had some trouble giving up 3 unanswered, and then ultimately winning the game last night by a slim margin, you could say, 5-4. It was quite scary at the time, but possession was a huge thing. After the Enforcers kind of let things turn to the Thunder's favor in the third period, things definitely got a little shaky, but it was good the Enforcers could finally get that win because it was huge for the fans here, for the players, for the coaching staff, for everybody.
Well, you talk about nervous energy getting there. My fingernails are nubs at this point. I was certainly feeling the pressure. Hopefully the Elmira Enforcers can come out, get things going, and really make a run of it. So we'll have to see what they can do here tonight. We're not going to take away any more time. We'll head down to Coach's Corner and hear what Brent Clark has to say on the subject. Keep it right here on Mixlr.com.
Down here on Coach's Corner, Colby Smith sitting in with head coach Brent Clark. So, Coach Clark, you get the first regulation win of the season and the first win of the season, but not without dramatic fashion. Walk me through what was going through your mind when Delaware tallied 3 unanswered goals to make it a 1-goal game in the third last night.
What went through my mind was we had 2 great periods, and we just started having some minor breakdowns in the third period because we got a little goal hungry and shot us in the foot, and we just had to calm the storm and come out with the win there.
Emotions ran high late in the second and in the third period last night. How does that factor into what you're looking for from the Thunder tonight?
Well, that's our style of play here in Elmira. You know, we're feisty. Even though we got a smaller crew, everybody on our team is team tough, and you know, if they're going to get in our face, we're going to be right there in their face. So.
The Delaware Thunder seem to have their guy in net in Aaron Taylor, and though he took another loss to his name last night, he obviously played a heck of a game, as did the combo of Passingham and Young. But how do you feel you stack up against Taylor after the outcome last night?
Well, Taylor's a great goalie. I was the one that originally recruited him for the Federal Hockey League in Danville, and I've always thought he's a good goaltender. And you know what? You gotta work hard to get goals on him. So he's a good goalie.
On the broadcast last night, John and I talked about the second period struggles of the Enforcers prior to last night. From a coaching standpoint, how do you feel the change in ends of the ice affects your guys during the game?
Changing ends?
Yeah.
It's just a longer change. You know, we just got to be smarter on our defensive changes and just be better that way. So.
Some similarities being shown between the games of both the Thunder and last weekend's opponent, the River Dragons. Can you give us a little insight as to what you've seen from both and how the expansion teams affect the league moving forward?
To be honest, the expansion teams look great. I feel like the league's stronger this year, and every team is pretty compatible. And you know, it's fun to go to a rink and know that it's a battle every night. So.
Watertown and Mentor are both getting wins again last night to sit in the top of your West Division. Though we've yet to see either one this season, why do you feel they're having success here early on in the season?
Well, Mentor is a hard-working young team, and you know, they give it 100 every game, and that's what you got to admire that about them. You know, they might not have the most skill in the league, but they work hard, and you know, they are where they are right now. And Watertown, you know, they got former assistant coach of the Enforcers here, Paul McLean over there, doing a good job, and you know, we're going to be playing them soon and see how that matches up.
One question many Enforcers fans are wondering, what's the status on Troy Passingham?
Troy is has a upper body injury, and we'll know more on him early next week.
At one point last night, it seemed as if the game could have been the cleanest FPHL game ever played, but if you look at the game summary, things obviously changed in the final 2 frames. Walk me through the penalties being called and the physicality and emotion shown out on the ice.
It was an emotional game. Near the end, tempers were getting flared up. It's just guys battling. I don't think they were intentional penalties. There's just, guys are going hard, and sometimes you just get called for it.
What a way to get on the festivities last night, being wheeled out to the bench on a cart in a straitjacket. How awesome was it to make an entrance such as this and be back behind the bench here at First Arena? It
was great to be back behind the bench here at home, and they came to me with the idea, and I thought it was kind of cool, and we always like to make a show of things here in Elmira, so it was fun.
Thanks as always, Coach, for joining us here on Coach's Corner. Now we send it back upstairs to the broadcast booth.
Well, and there you have it, as Colby got one-on-one with head coach Brent Clark. Always an entertaining time as the head coach lends his eye to the way the game went down. And, now, as you're watching on the board, advertising our next week of games that will be played here, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Should be an interesting week, to say the least. Of course, the holiday of American Thanksgiving will fall in between all of that, so... quite a lot going on here, Colby.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here that last weekend. And the promotions that weekend are good, too. If you didn't catch the very beginning of the broadcast, Texas Roadhouse, Skate with the Enforcers, nothing better than that. Nothing better, for sure. As now, seeing a great commercial, Captain K9 getting a makeover. So, our great friends at the Town Barber and Beauty Shop were taking part and helping Captain K9 look his best for the season, and he certainly does now. As, once again, the Enforcers getting set for the second game here against the Delaware Thunder here on Military Appreciation Night. And again, we can't thank all of the hardworking men and women of the armed forces for all that they have done for our country, for us, and to keep us living free. So as we're getting the official lineups underway here, going through it, some brand new entrants as Robin Vortanoff, number 8, will join the roster tonight for the Delaware Thunder. He was a scratch last night, but apparently did make the trip. A little surprising, as the in this league you don't often see players make the trip. It does look like Patrick Tondel will get the night off. As we continue down the list, Anthony Pisano is scratched tonight. Just trying to finish up that scratches segment, as well as Vladislav Lomakin, also a scratch here tonight. So, starting lineups for the Enforcers and the Thunder are in. And for the Thunder, looks like Aaron Taylor in goal, Ryan Marker, Eric Masters out there with Brandon Contrato, Charlie Penge Jr. and Alex Basie. And for the Enforcers,
goaltender Joe Young gets the start. Left wing, Sean Reynolds. Center, Brendan Hussey. Right winger, Dustin Skinner. And then, of course, back on defense, the amazing pairing of Glenn Patterson and Christian Whitcomb.
Christian Whitcomb has certainly shown quite a bit here in the first couple games since joining the team. And he's certainly shown a willingness and ability to get feisty when he needs to. And that is something that the fans here in Elmira, well, really fans anywhere, will appreciate. Before we get too much more into it, it's time to turn to the hot player to watch tonight. Colby, you talked with him before the game. Cameron Yarwood had the game-winning goal last night. He quarterbacked the power play, helped them get their first goal. Not a bad night for the man they call Yarzy.
Yeah, Yarwood's definitely shown a lot. He's got an interesting skill set which pieces in nice with this Enforcers lineup, and obviously he brings a lot to the locker room and leadership, which I saw going down to the locker room before the game tonight, which is something exciting being as the way the Enforcers ended last season and how far they want to go this year. Yarwood will definitely be a big part of that moving forward.
He certainly will, and it's great to see a lot of those guys who did play here last year wanted to come back, and Yarzy a big part of that defensive core since he put on the jersey. Really, Cameron's been a stalwart back there on the defensive side of the puck. as apparently we're getting the dilly dilly chant started early. We do want to remind everybody, we will be going dark here very, very shortly. And so your YouTube feed will go black, but you'll still hear the dulcet tones of the boys in the booth as me and Colby will continue to keep you up to date with everything going on here on the ice surface. If you haven't been to an Enforcers game yet, which looking around the arena, I don't find that to be very likely. It's pretty full house here already before the puck drop, Colby.
Yeah, and there was even a big crowd before 6 o'clock when I went down to get some dinner for us. The line was out the door, and everybody was all pumped up and fired up. There were people even asking if they could come in early because they were so excited to get in here.
Well, and Veterans Appreciation Night, always a good sign. Another good sign, loving seeing, we had that jersey auction last night. As I look around the crowd, seeing quite a few of those purple jerseys have made their way back into the stands here at First Arena.
That's definitely a plus after all the money brought in last night, showing off what they paid for.
For sure, as Senator Tom O'Hara making his way out to center ice. As, once again, we're here on Military Appreciation Night. Going to try to turn it over here and see if you can hear what he's saying. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So we have everything hooked up here. Just unfortunately, that's not going to come through. So they're asking the fans in attendance to wave the American flags that were handed out at the door. And the Enforcers, Colby, I'm looking down there towards the tunnel. Seeing some large American flags down there.
Yeah, the festivities are always cool, as we've said so many times so far this season, and it looks like things are going to take it to a new level tonight.
As there's some applause going around for the veterans, and again, it's just unbelievable atmosphere. If you haven't had the chance to catch a game here at First Arena, you're truly missing out, and I do apologize. We have gone dark here at First Arena, so the stream will not be showing anything, but you still get to listen in on the excitement. As there goes the horn, there goes the lights. The officials have made their way out. The Delaware Thunder are... There's a flashing red light there in the corner, wondering what that might be, Colby. As now, hold on, here comes the video, so you guys should be seeing this live as well. As the video board lights back up momentarily. Who's ready for some hockey?
I am.
I always am. Target acquired. What a video so far. This is pretty cool. As the logo is up on the wall here at First Arena now. And again, the Enforcers getting set as a Hummer. Or excuse me, I guess that's not really a Hummer, a modified Jeep, if you will, military vehicle, making its way onto the First Arena ice tonight.
It's pretty cool, everything that always goes on here.
As the Enforcers never shy about putting on a show. Is now serve and protect, the slogan of the Elmira Enforcers, up on the board. And as you see by the radar there, finding that Enforcers symbol. And now, back to darkness, so we apologize again, fans, as now we're getting set for the introductions of your Elmira Enforcers. As, not sure how much they're going to be able to do with a tunnel here tonight, as they're looking to be holding on to some rather large props. As there goes the music. Shipping up to Boston, cranked up, playing loud. And now the Elmira Enforcers about to hit the ice. Captain K9 making his way out. American flag in hand, waving. And I believe that will be the trend here for the rest of the Enforcers as well. Red and blue smoke clouds tonight in honor of our great veterans. Again, Colby, we keep saying it, but truly, if you haven't experienced the show here at First Arena, you are missing out. While the introductions take place, let's talk briefly again goaltender matchup brought to you by courtesy of the Elmira Enforcers Pro Shop, conveniently located in the rec rink. Get your sticks, tape, and skates sharpened, as well as all the newest and top-of-the-line equipment for your skater goaltender right here at the First Arena. They were going to turn to it again. Aaron Taylor, quite a start. Taylor, the wins haven't come, but you have to assume they're going to because he has played heck of a game last night. And, of course, we haven't seen a lot of Taylor, just that game last night, but we know him from last year, and he's a talented goaltender. Coach Clark said it himself.
Yeah, Coach Clark made things really insightful tonight. I mean, it was a shorter segment of Coach's Corner tonight, but the stuff Brent Clark said, if you were listening to pregame tonight, it was definitely interesting, and it definitely helped preview tonight's game for all the fans.
Well, and turning into our own net, Mighty Joe Young getting his first official start between the pipes. Not a bad way to come in. You've already got a 1-0 record after playing 40 minutes last night. Of course, 20 of those minutes, the hardest 20 the Enforcers faced all night long.
Yeah, and Joe Young, it's been an interesting season so far for him. First career coaching win, first career win in the FPHL. Last year he was a college student at Union College, goaltending the net for them, and the fact that he's down here in Elmira and is doing as well as he is, and you can always hear all the fans giving applause when Joe Young takes the ice, especially last night.
For sure. And now, speaking of, so the backup netminder will head out, the emergency backup goaltender. And here's Mighty Joe Young heading out, and what an applause he gets here. And here's the captain, and the chance of Foos take the ice, as now I don't believe there is color bearers tonight, as your Enforcers will serve as the color bearers. So that means it is just about time for the national anthem, which will take place right here. After this, we're going to head to break. You're listening to the Elmira Enforcers on Mixler.com.
The Elmira Enforcers at home Wednesday, November 27th, Friday, November 29th, and Saturday, November 30th. Wednesday, November 27th, it's free Jubilee Foods Thunderstick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's free Texas Roadhouse appetizers and skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
Extreme International Ice Racing returns to First Arena, Elmira, New York. Buckley's Automotive and Elmira Heat Treating present World Championship Ice Racing, Friday, January 10th and Saturday, January 11th. Come see speedway bikes on ice going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds with no brakes. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW. Craziness with no brakes.
This is Glenn Patterson with the Elmira Enforcers. Did you know that you can celebrate your birthday here at First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers? Birthdays should be a memorable event, and with the Enforcers, you'll never forget it. Call today for more details at 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights, or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency LLC on Facebook, at the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
fresh off the Evan Davies tournament in Waverly, Hemp Geek is pleased to announce 2 new locations just inside the Arnett Mall in Big Flats, and now Hemp Geek of Owego celebrating their grand opening on Lake Street October 19th. Hemp Geek offers discounts to military veterans, first responders, and seniors, along with the lowest pricing in the CBD market. Hemp Geek, your #1 local CBD specialist in the Twin Tiers.
This is JT Walters with your Elmira Enforcers. I love getting out in the community here in Elmira, but I also know it can be hard to find things to do. We at the Enforcers have a great fix for that. With deals for groups of 10 or more, Enforcer games can be a great and affordable time for you and your friends to come out and enjoy downtown Elmira. Go Enforcers, go.
Great teammates can be hard to find. The ones who give their all. Every bit of heart, talent, and commitment. When you find those players, you know they're special. They're great athletes and friends. They can help your team win. So, should it matter that they're a certain race, a different religion, where their family is from, or whether they're straight or gay? At You Can Play, we think an athlete's contribution to a team sport matters more than any other way you might look at an athlete, from the perspective of a teammate or a fan. You Can Play is committed to making locker rooms safe and sports venues welcoming for all athletes, based on their heart, talent, and commitment, and nothing else. Because if you can play, you can play. Visit youcanplayproject.org for more information about how including all athletes for who they are encourages honesty and teamwork and makes all sports better. If you can play, you can play.
This is Kyle Stevens of your Elmira Enforcers. Coming to an Enforcer game is pretty sweet, but getting to sit high atop the building and having catered food brought is only available in First Arena Suites. Whether it's a small group or a big party, we can set you up. There are still a few nights left available, but call now so you don't get shut out. The number is 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go!
Well, things getting kicked right back off here, as now the mayor of Elmira comes out to center ice. As now, the thank you to the veterans. Everyone returning back to a sitting position here in the stands. As he gets a rousing round of applause here from the Elmira faithful. So now, Captain Ahmed Mahfouz trading his American flag for a hockey stick. And now we'll get the ceremonial puck drop here as Charlie Penz and Ahmed Mahfouz meet up at center ice. And we'll drop the puck between the mayor and the senator. An honor for all of them to attend here as we get the picture of the ceremonial puck drop, and what a beauty. As Ahmed Mahfouz takes both and will hand them back. As is often the custom, the home team wins the draw. Hopefully the home team can win a lot of draws here tonight, Colby.
Yeah, it would definitely be something if the Enforcers can win the draws early and often. It would help get them back in the win column and sweep this weekend series.
Love to sweep the weekend series. That is the important note here this weekend, as the referees looking at the vehicle here on the ice. And here's the hot player to watch, Cameron Yarwood. As there it is again. As we hear the introduction, not hard to determine that. All right, well, the red carpets are being cleared, and Colby, you know what that means.
This opening face-off brought to you by Rob Sweet, State Farm Agency on Market Street in downtown Corning, or visit him on the web where you can bundle home, auto, and life for a sweet hat trick at sweetrob.com.
There it is. As we're set, the hot player to watch has been named. The Enforcers are out on the ice, and you already talked about it, Colby. The starting lineup going to be impressive. Sean Reynolds right back out there. Not terribly surprising. Reynolds had a heck of a game last night.
Yeah, he almost had 2 goals, but obviously he had that one way back in the second period. And I think even though the Enforcers didn't get credit for that goal, that was kind of the turning back moment, because obviously after that the Enforcers knew they had to have a better third period, but obviously that didn't necessarily happen. But obviously Yarzi added that goal late in the third period, and ultimately they came away with the win.
Well, that was the important one right there. Cameron Yarwood coming up big as it, once again, Brendan Hussey, who's been on a little bit of a tear himself. The legs were certainly churning. He's looked very, very healthy coming out of the gates here, which was a problem for him last year. We saw him miss a couple of months last season. Was scratched for the initial home game, but was back in there for game number 2. And I'll tell you what, he's earned a spot every night he's been out there. As now Hussey lines up, takes the draw against Marker. Marker wins the draw, and now Delaware will start with the puck, something they were not able to hold on to very well in the first 40 minutes of last night's hockey game. Wickham shoves the puck back up for Dustin Skinner. Skinner chops at it, but it's picked up here and right back to Charlie Penz as it's moved back behind the net. Patterson passing it across, and now once again the Enforcers need to go back to work. That one deflected wide, and Sean Reynolds going to chase it down, trying to poke it out of the zone. Can't get it as Masters chops it back in, but Patterson picks it up and flings it towards the blue line. Dropped down there, picked off, moved out, and past Sean Reynolds as Alex Basie gets right back to work, passing over to Penz. Penz dumps it all the way in. This should go for an icing, and will, as the Enforcers will get an offensive zone faceoff just 39 seconds into this one.
And it was a quick start, too. The Enforcers obviously coming back right back out with speed. Got to get right into this one early if they if they want to get back in the win column for a second night.
Speaking of speed, Kyle Stevens, Ahmed Mahfouz, and Brandon Tucker right back out here as Mahfouz shoving the puck forward, gets it into the corner. Mahfouz picks up, cycles it around, shot and saved there, and shoved down in front of the net as Stevens, who immediately gets put into a headlock, and Mahfouz isn't going to take kindly to that. As a little discussion after the fact is, guess who's grabbing Kyle Stevens around the head? Number 27, Basie, getting right back into it.
Well, no surprise there. He's a physical player, brings everything he's got out on the ice, so being able to get right back into it, he's probably excited.
Well, he heads back to the bench, picked up here by the defense. Puck is moved back around. Played out here, Kyle Stevens has it. Drop pass there, he was looking for Tucker. Tucker will eventually get to the puck. Took him a few feet to do so, though. Right back to Mahfouz. Mahfouz back out. Tucker has that one swatted right into the slot. Mahfouz trying to chase it back down. That's going to get out of the zone. Broken up there. Big hit by Mahfouz along the sideboards, and the puck is played back. Joe Young leaves it behind the net for Cameron Yarwood. Puck again flipped up here by Bryce Martin, finally back into the lineup after serving his suspension. Kyle Stevens enters the zone, top of the circle, looking, waiting, shooting, and he gets one off the knee pad. That one's dumped back down by Bryce Martin. Martin looks hungry out there here early. Good to see him back. That one's deflected, kicked back by Tucker. Tucker has that one poke check away from him as Yarwood will go back to play. Yarwood waiting, looking, dumping it back behind. Mahfouz picks it back up and wraps it around the boards. Coming out to Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood flips it back to center ice, gets it as far as the red line, but no further. Charlie Penz will flip that one back into the Enforcer zone. That will be icing as Yarwood goes down to touch it. Not too surprising as he was nowhere near the red line, but last night we saw some icings waved off that I thought would be icings as well, so always interesting to see what the discretionary point is.
Yeah, yes, for certain.
As now again, another lineup here. Hudson Michaelis out there with Harrison and Yates again. This line didn't hit the score sheet last night, but they were impressive all night long. You talked about speed earlier, Colby. This is a line that can provide it as Delaware bangs it off the boards, gets it out, and Clark turns around, but JT Walters will be the one to pick up the puck. JT Walters behind his own net, fires it off the boards, right back to the neutral zone where it's picked up, moved out. Here comes Michaelis. Michaelis dropping there for Gavin Yates. Yates has to hold up for a moment. Still pausing, looking back towards the point. Leaves it there for Clark. Clark fires over the top of the net, and that one will bang off the boards. Andrew Harrison trying to chase it back down. Puck is chopped away there by Yates and turned right back around as Delaware turns it out the other way. That's Thomas Municello tied up with Michaelis. He's going to take a penalty here as two will touch up, and the Enforcers will get the first power play of the game. So Municello goes for holding as he will take a seat. You're on the other side of the ice now, buddy. He wore Enforcer green the first weekend, but now gets dressed in the other locker room.
Yeah, and he knows everything about how to play in this arena, and I'm sure he shared it with the other guys on his team. So,
well, now we see if the Labella power play can connect. Labella reminding you we are powered by partnership. Firing right away, goes just wide of the net, fired against the boards. Sent back to the point where it's broken up there by Michaelis. Sent back down. Harrison down further, and the puck rolling around the backside boards. Reynolds stuffs it back down for Mafus. Mafus has it behind the net. He will take his time, passes off over there. Harrison back to Reynolds. Reynolds up to Yarwood at the top of the point, down to Reynolds. Reynolds looking, firing across, taking too much time, and that shot comes just late. Michaelis needed a one-timer there, and unfortunately, he waited and got set.
Well, it seems that they're shooting everything low on Taylor tonight, and as they found late in the game last night, they got to elevate the puck to get it over Taylor. He's a big-bodied guy in net, and he covers up a lot of the crease, so in order to be successful, they're going to have to get some elevation on the puck.
I agree with you, but I think the point here might be less of the shot and more of the shot for pass, if you will.
Yeah.
As they're trying to get that puck to deflect off the knee pad and go out to a guy standing by the side of the net. We'll see what angle they go with here, though, as they continue on in the power play here. As that'll roll back, played out there by Young. Yarwood trying to turn it back around. He's harassed down low by Contrado. Pinching in his marker. Don't forget, Delaware had a shorthanded goal last night. Yarwood passes it up, and here comes the enforcers. Sean Reynolds coming with speed. He's got Mafus right behind him. That one poke checked away from Reynolds. Skating after it is Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis dumps it down. Going for it is Mafus right back out in front. Another shot, and that one no room for Andrew Harrison. He just ran out of space there. So 16:34 to go in a 0-0 first period. Enforcers trying to find a way to crack the scoreboard first. Reynolds comes set. He will lose the draw. Harrison trying to chase it down. He ties up his man. The puck is still there along the boards. Shoving it over to Sean Reynolds. Reynolds back to the point to Michaelis. Right out to Yarwood. Yarwood back to Reynolds. Fires, and that's a save. That one might have taken Taylor by surprise there. Seemed to catch him high.
Yeah, that one definitely blasted right into him. That was an absolute snipe.
Now just got to find a way to put it behind him instead of into him. As Reynolds lines up for the draw. Reynolds trying to push it back. He will lose yet another draw here on the power play. Harrison has that one deflect up and behind the net. Picked off by Reynolds on the attempted clear, as Pens couldn't get it past him. Yarwood passes across to Michaelis. Michaelis down low to Ahmed Mafus. That one bounces around back behind the net, and jumping on top of it was Taylor. Mafus was looking for Reynolds cross crease. Just couldn't get it to him. 33 seconds remain in the power play. So once again, Enforcers getting set and ready to go to work. Reynolds in position, waits, puck is dropped. Reynolds still winless in the faceoff circle. This one taken away by Mafus, fired off the post. Mafus almost buried another one here to start off the game. Passed across, Michaelis has it, right back to Yarwood, back down to Reynolds. Reynolds taking his time, feeds Mafus in front. Again a shot by Harrison, and that one will be cleared. The Enforcers are down to 15 seconds. And they'll get a quick line change here as the secondary power play unit makes their way onto the ice. Mafus keeps possession of the puck, picked off there by Yarwood. Yarwood turns it around, firing it forward. Gavin Yates with it. He passes across. Mafus back to Yates. Right back to Mafus in the slot. He couldn't get the shot off. Feeds it back. Yarwood keeps it. Down low again. The Enforcers really piling on the offense here as they turn it around. Keeping the possession time in their favor. Right back to Gavin Yates. Yates looking back to Mafus. Tries a quick pass, can't get it off. Now it's picked back up and turned around by Yates. Yarwood with possession, tries to fire it down. Contrado knocks it down and brings it into his offensive zone. Fired by Marker, wide of the net. Tucker chasing after it. He can't get there. Patterson still fighting for it. Can't get it away. Puck still loose. Picked up by Marker now. Move back to Masters. Sends it down low. And now Delaware trying to go to work in the offensive zone. Picked off by Skinner. Fed out to Tucker. Dropped back behind to Gavin Yates. Yates into the zone and just off sides as Skinner got going just a few feet ahead of the play.
The Enforcers have had a few good line changes here early on. Obviously holding the puck in the zone. Possession time a huge thing in that game last night, and they're getting right back into it here early tonight, winning the draws, keeping the puck on their six.
And we've talked about the importance of possession, as now that one's broken up. Sean Reynolds managed to push it forward, but not keeping the zone, as now Delaware turns it back the other way. That puck fed out as Young fed into his teammate. Shot over the top of the net, as once again Delaware trying to get it going. That was Connell Hale, as the puck goes all the way back to the point now. Wind-up shot way wide of the net by Brett Menton. As the puck is moved along, back to center ice. Reynolds coming, he's got Hussey 2-on-1, feeds it across, and he can't get it to go, as Hussey just a foot behind the pass. Reynolds with the right idea, though, I think. As once again, the puck moved along. Hussey keeps it pinned to the boards. Taylor will come out of his net to play, a little bit dangerous there. As that one goes back to Patterson up at the point. Patterson rips it, and a blocker save, lunging for it. I'm not sure Taylor knew where that puck was going to go. As once again, puck played across. Demon passes it up. Connell Hale will clear the zone. Patterson keeps possession. He rapid fires one. Deflection, and Skinner, if he could have settled that one down, would have had an empty net. Puck played right back out. Fired in on Joe Young, who deflects it into the corner. Christian Whitcomb passes around for Patterson. So, almost 6.5 into this one, and no goals yet, but the Enforcers have had the offensive push. Mafoose into the zone. Looking, holding up, passes across, was looking for Tucker, couldn't get it to him. Patterson now has it. Patterson right back across, was looking for Mafoose. Tucker accidentally deflected that one. Right back in front, a shot by Kyle Stevens off the side of the net. Stevens keeps possession, trying to feed it back out in front for Mafoose, couldn't get it to him. Mafoose gets it now in the corner. Mafoose right back to the point. JT Walters with it, feeds it across to Tucker. Tucker right back in front, has that one deflected, and Basie, lucky that one went into the corner. Patterson still battling for it. That one's kicked aside. 3-on-2 back the other way. Here comes Delaware. Making his move is McIntosh, dropping back behind a shot. Easy save there as Thomas Municello put that one right into the gut of Joe Young.
Turnovers can be the life and the death of hockey, and that was definitely a turnover right there. So the fact that Young was able to save that one early, the second shot he's seen, he's getting in this one early, and it looks like he's got his adrenaline rushing tonight.
He certainly does, and Young going to have to be on the top of his game tonight as the Enforcers win a defensive zone faceoff. That was a struggle for them last night, Colby. As that puck bounces out, Contrado almost had another golden opportunity, had a couple of them last night. As that puck's moved along, Contrado actually had a hat trick last night after some tape was reviewed. As now another wind-up shot taken off of the foot there of Clark. Puck is kept in the zone by Delaware, fired over the top of the net, and now Clark will go back to pick it up. Clark, his jersey went for quite a bit last night after his brawl. Another shot deflected over the top of the net, and Clark will chase it down again. Clark flipping that one up and out of play, goes into the penalty box. So they're going to discuss this, I believe. Oh, no, they are going to get him for delay a game. You can't fight. You can't help but try to make the argument. It went into the bench. That's the excluding factor, but unfortunately, penalty box, I think doesn't get the same consideration as the bench there, Colby. So it's another Seneca Beverages penalty kill. Seneca Beverages reminding you not to get boxed by drinking responsibly. The puck goes all the way down the ice, and now Charlie Penns Jr. will go back to play. As once again, coming out, Delaware trying to get something started. They had a lot of trouble breaking into the zone early on yesterday evening, as once again, Delaware circling back in their own zone. As coming out, finally breaking into the zone is Evgeny Demon. Demon loses control of the puck briefly, sends it down into the point, into the corner, as now Delaware gets to set back up onto the point. Marker passes it down low, a shot, and that one is deflected and goes wide. Two almost had a perfect opportunity there. Minute 15 to go in the power play for Delaware. Right back, a shot, a kick save there, and once again the puck is back behind the net. Two now has it along the sideboards at the hash marks, takes it down below the goal line. Again deflected around, looking back to Charlie Penns. Back down low. Again, Enforcers trying to keep it all to the outside. Penns winds up, passes across to Marker. Marker passes down to Two. Comes set at the top of the circle. He's waiting, looking, passing down low. Contrado fires, blocked down again by mighty Joe Young. Charlie Penns tries to pass it into the corner. Mafoose knocked it down. Contrado dumps it back to Two. Back up top to Marker. Marker, top of the slot, blocked there by Mafoose. He comes up with a big save. 30 seconds to go in the PK. Marker right back down to Contrado. Contrado feeds it over to Marker. Fires it across back again. Deflected there by JT Walters. 20 seconds remains in the penalty kill. Enforcers trying to throw everything in front of pucks. Contrado has it. Moves it down low to Two looking across. Blocked down there by the Enforcers. Out of the zone by Kyle Stevens, and the Enforcers will get a line change as they quickly rush Delaware's goaltender trying to move it back up. That one will get back into the zone. Joe Young plays it back behind for Christian Whitcomb. Fed around behind. The penalty kill is over, and the Enforcers back to 5-on-5 hockey. Brendan Hussey trying to get in there. Still chopping away at it. Now it's fed out in front. A shot and a goal as Delaware hits the board first. 10:16 to go in the first period. And I believe that was, I thought it was 2. Marker the one celebrating. I was pretty sure Wang 2 got his second of the year, but we'll wait for the official announcement in the house. As once again, Elmira chasing the lead. Alex Basie has it off of the face-off, move back up. Here comes McIntosh firing, saved by Joe Young. Christian Whitcomb shoves it up the boards. Dustin Skinner with it. Fed back out. Hussey passes across. Sean Reynolds into the zone. Reynolds firing and a save. Big one there for Aaron Taylor. Certainly the Enforcers have a penchant to bounce back quickly, but couldn't quite get it done there. Delaware really took advantage of that power play opportunity.
Yeah, and they didn't get to score on the power play, obviously, but they were able to get an even strength goal after the fact. They just got in the wrong, the Enforcers just got on the wrong side of things at the end of that power play.
Well, a quick shot there by Bryce Martin as we head to the media timeout. It was just announced in the building. Wang 2 got his goal, his second of the season. We'll be right back here after the media timeout on Mixler.com.
November 27th, Friday, November 29th, and Saturday, November 30th. Wednesday, November 27th, it's free Jubilee Foods Thunderstick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Appetizers and Skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
All right, and with that, the media timeout wrapping up. Wang 2 gets his second of the season, and now the Enforcers going to have to try to find a way to put one by Aaron Taylor, which was a difficult task yesterday. They had to fire 47 shots to get 4 goals. Well, 5 goals, excuse me. That was enough for a win, but now 10 minutes into the first period, the media timeout has not been friendly to the Enforcers in the past. We'll have to see what it does here. Face off one back, Yarwood fires, that one bangs off a stick. Yarwood trying to chase down the rebound, and he gets there. Move back down, but immediately back out of the zone as Municello was right there. Passed across, now playing it. Martin moves it along, played out by the defense one more time by Delaware, and now moved quickly back in. Chasing after it was McIntosh, that one's chopped away from him, and again the Enforcers getting physical here early. Puck is pushed along, Harrison has it, tries to feed up to Gavin Yates. Yates had to slow up. Now the puck's into the zone. Michaelis chasing it back down. Michaelis still with possession, off of the referee's foot, and Michaelis will bring it back out to center ice. Michaelis through, he gets taken down there. There's a penalty upcoming as the Enforcers will go back to play. Enforcers about to have another power play, and hopefully they can execute as Gavin Yates gets around his man. Yates still going into the offensive zone, cutting through the slot, looking, waiting, trying to find a lane, can't get through, still moving as it's back to Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood fires, that one's deflected, and Michaelis will pick up. Michaelis feeding it back for Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood can't keep the zone, so the Enforcers will have to reset. So they've had quite a bit of time here on the 6-on-5. We'll have to see if they can come up with a play to put a puck in the net. As breaking in is Bryce Martin. Passes across to Michaelis. Michaelis fires. That one's deflected wide. Picked up there by Martin. Sent along for Gavin Yates. Yates still with possession. Drops there for Yarwood. Yarwood passes down further. Puck is moved back along. Played out here by Yates. And now finally touched by Delaware. And that will earn them their second penalty of the game. So we go back to the Labella power play. Labella reminding you we are powered by Partnership. And Colby, the Enforcers did a lot of good things on their first power play. They just got to find a way to put it past Aaron Taylor.
Aaron Taylor's definitely been a rocking net, and the Enforcers power play's been getting better as we go along, obviously. So it'd be great if they could execute on this one. It'll be Sean Reynolds to take the draw, so that's a nice thing right there.
As it's won back here by Delaware, but quickly resumed by the Enforcers. Reynolds trying to chase it down. He will get tied up there once again by Kieran Devine. We saw Devine get into the fisticuffs last night as Reynolds gets it back to Yarwood. Yarwood back to Reynolds. Reynolds still working his way through, drops it down low, looking for Harrison. Got caught up in the feet of the referee for a moment. That one's passed across. Cameron Yarwood right at the top of the slot. Feeds down low. Michaelis fires off of the post, and that was a pretty good opportunity as Michaelis dumps that down. Puck is moved along. Sean Reynolds with it. Fed back along. Reynolds looking, feeds it back to Michaelis. Michaelis drops it down low with a fancy behind the back pass. Right in front shot, and that one shouldered away. Aaron Taylor with a heck of a play there. Right back out to Michaelis. Michaelis in front. That one's deflected away again. Contrato will go back to play. He's going to bring it all the way down, gets over the red line, and still controlling it. Passes across to Marker. Marker fires, saved by Joe Young. Picked up here, and once again, off and going, Andrew Harrison. Harrison waiting for his troops to reconvene down there as the puck is dropped off for Cameron Yarwood. Harrison will get a line change. Yarwood taking his time. Contrato really pressuring as the puck is moved along and up as Reynolds fires it across for Mafoose. Mafoose into the zone, drops back behind for Gavin Yates. Yates fires just wide of the net. Contrato going to get there. That one fired all the way down as Joe Young will go back to play. 30 seconds remains in the man advantage. Playing out here is Sean Reynolds off the boards. He was looking for Tucker. It's going to bounce all the way up to Mafoose. Mafoose will lose possession. He has to go back and play. 20 seconds remains. The Enforcers with one more rush possibly. Down to 15 seconds. The Enforcers killing their own time here. As picking it up now is Tucker. Tucker, stick handles around, drops across. Here's Skinner. Skinner drops it back for Gavin Yates. Yates cycling towards the front of the net, goes around behind, still loose, as that's the end of the power play. Fired in front of the net, picked up. Tucker trying to get it through, sends it back to Christian Whitcomb, fires it down low. Mafoose in front, shot, and goes just wide. Tucker got knocked off the puck there. Puck is now loose along the sideboards, fed out and picked back up by Christian Whitcomb at his own blue line. Whitcomb fires it up, knocked down by Mafoose. Mafoose over to Tucker. Tucker deflected by Yates as now Skinner enters the zone. Skinner and Basie going one-on-one. Fed around off the sideboards, deflected towards the blue line, kept there by the Enforcers and pulled back out as Christian Whitcomb will send it back. Now Tucker going off for a line change. Enforcers taking some time as here comes Mafoose. Mafoose into the zone. Chopped at there. Mafoose trying to get his way through, can't as the puck is deflected. JT Walters will keep the zone. Still playing it off the sideboards now is Gavin Yates. Yates heading for the front of the net, circles around back behind it, still circling. Yates taking it all by his lonesome, as again he fires over the top of the net. Skinner was pounding his beaver tail over there trying to get the puck, and the puck would not be passed from Gavin Yates. Whitcomb now harassed. Down back behind the net. Municello chasing after it. Municello has it, dumps it back down lower for Masters. Masters now cycling. JT Walters picks up. Walters tried to feed it along, picked up here, and the puck is fed up the boards. Mafoose looks completely out of gas, and that is going to go 200 feet, which is just far enough for Brett Menton to get the icing. 4:55 to go, 1-0 Delaware Thunder lead.
Just out of gas is one way to put it. The Enforcers have had long shifts on the ice tonight. It's not something you normally see or pick up on as much, but it's definitely been noticeable here tonight.
It certainly has, as now once again, Gavin Yates out there. Puck is deflected and moved along. Taylor will come up. He plays it up, trying to get it quick up as the Enforcers were looking for a line change. Poke check away there as Young enters the zone. Young has that one swatted away as Clark going to work. Young back to the point. Firing, deflected, and stopped by mighty Joe Young back in the net as he has been efficient back there. The one goal given up, I'm not really sure you can fault him for. It was certainly a tough stop. As now, Hussey back out there. So, Brendan Hussey wins the draw. Fed back along by Bryce Martin. Right up to Sean Reynolds. Reynolds passes it across, deflected there. Making his way up is Skropolis, feeds it across for Brendan Hussey. Hussey thought he was in onside. I'd have trouble arguing with him as Cameron Yarwood shaking his head. I think the entire Enforcers bench is going to agree that he was onside there, but again, referee right on the line. There's a reason for it. As now, they're not going to allow Delaware to make that final change. Contrato trying to get back out on the ice. As instead, that's going to leave out Gavin Connell-Hale. As they're going to kick out the Delaware centerman, as obviously this has taken way too long. And now Hussey pushes the puck forward. He resumes his chase towards the net. Hussey sending the puck back, looking towards the defense, decides better of it, and wraps it around the boards. Sean Reynolds chasing after. He swats it back around, and the Enforcers will play catch with the back boards. As now it's finally poked out of there. Here comes Young back the other way. Young one-on-one with Bryce Martin. Fires, knocked down, another shot, and another save by Young. Falls back down and onto the back of the net as Joe Young was scrambling there. Yarwood quickly calling as there is a member of the Delaware Thunder down back behind the net. Puck was up in the air. I'm not exactly sure what happened here, as there's a player down. As again, I didn't see exactly what happened there.
It looked like the puck kind of came up off the ice and hit off the glass, then hit him in the helmet and fell back to the ice.
Okay. Well, the helmet is clearly off. The official holding it. Official holding a helmet and a glove. I can't, from our position up here, I can't see the number of the player who is down. You see all the players wrapped around here hoping that everything's okay. There was no delay. They quickly called the medical trainer off, as it appears that that's Gavin Connell-Hale, and Connell-Hale will be taken right to the locker room here with 4:02 left to go. No penalty, as Connell-Hale completely hunched over. He is hobbled for sure. He's bouncing down there. Glad to see him up. And I'll tell you what, if he's able to come back, he will, because he's a hockey player. That's what they do. They are some of the toughest athletes in sports today, and I don't think many would argue with that. So, 4:02 to go. Delaware 1, Elmira 0. Enforcers out shooting the Thunder 10-8. But they got to get out of their defensive zone here. Puck one back. Basie having some trouble with control. He now moves it down. Picked up here by Ryan Marker, the Delaware Thunder's leading scorer, as he looks around again. Puck fed back down low. Contrato will pick up, feeds it along to Masters. Masters back to Contrato, back behind the net. He can't handle it. It'll swerve out to Alex Basie. That one's hopped along the boards, right in between the legs of Contrato. And again, the Enforcers forcing the puck along, but not out of the zone. So, puck is trapped along the boards right near the Tioga Down sign. Fed back out, deflected, and that one will bounce. Patterson pushes it up to Reynolds. Reynolds looking, he's got Skropolis up there. Skropolis is going to beat out the icing for sure. He takes it around back behind the net, feeds it along. Kyle Stevens with it, fires, and an easy save there as Taylor made the save. Reynolds is having a conversation with a member of Delaware. Not sure what that was about, but everything appears to be better now. 3:20 to go. Enforcers with an offensive zone faceoff.
And up in shots already, 11-8 tonight. It's good to see.
Good to see. Of course, 20-some shots yesterday. 21, I believe, was the count after the first. As once again, the puck is moved around back behind the net. Ahmed Mahfouz trying to get free. Still has possession. He's being held on to there. A little surprised, no penalty on that. The puck is moved around. Shot. Tries to get it short side. Again a shot, and that one goes into the corner. Mahfouz tied up one more time. And Tucker chasing after it. He swats it down. Mahfouz picks it back up. Leaning for it to get right back out in front. It'll bounce off to Kyle Stevens in the corner. Feeds it for Mahfouz again. Mahfouz trying to feed it out in front and can't. Charlie Penn's trying to move it along. All the way up the boards where it's stopped by Whitcomb but can't keep it in the zone. Whitcomb trying to turn it back around. It's picked off, and here comes Municello back the other way. Poke checked away, right in on Joe Young, and Municello will go back to chase it. Now Mahfouz picking it up. Running into the referee was Municello. A penalty upcoming here. 3-on-2 for the Enforcers. Right back in front. Shot and just wide of the net. So Enforcers going to be back on the power play when the Delaware Thunder next touch the puck. Mahfouz with it, firing it towards the net. That one stopped by the side of the net. And now the puck will be apparently touched by the Thunder. And they're going to call the penalty. Some discussion with the referee and the head coach of the Delaware Thunder. Perhaps just looking for some clarification. As heading is Municello, waiting to see what the call is going to be here. Referee going right in to discuss it. He doesn't show the signal. So I guess we'll have to wait to hear that as we go back on the Labella power play. Labella reminding you we are powered by partnership. Face off one to the sideboards. Mafuz passes back to Michaelis. Right back to Yarwood. Yarwood trying to get it through. Dumps it down and around. Basie cuts it off and sends it up the boards. Kept in by Michaelis for the moment. Still knocked down. Kept in now Harrison with it. Harrison shot, and that one will be caught. Unbelievable catch there by Taylor. I thought that one had back of the net written all over it, Colby.
Certainly had potential to go back there, but obviously, like I've said so much so far this weekend, Taylor's obviously a big presence in net, and if the Thunder didn't have him, who knows how this weekend series would be going.
As now, once again, Delaware wins the faceoff. Kept in, no, not able to keep it in was Michaelis. Contrado's got a jump. Yarwood trying to beat him out. He will beat him out and turn the puck back the other way. 4-on-2 if the Enforcers hurry. Here's Michaelis in on the rush, feeds it over for Mafuz. Mafuz tries to poke check it through, picked off there by Marker. Played out, and now Michaelis will take it back to center ice and reset. Michaelis beats one man, gets into the zone. Hudson Michaelis trying to wrap around the backside here. He puts the puck up the boards again, trying to beat out Contrado. He does, but now it's sent 200 feet, and the Enforcers will completely have to reset. As Sean Reynolds goes back to play, some brief changes in lines here, as Gavin Yates has jumped over the boards. So slight alteration to the power play unit. Yates gets around a man. Here comes the Enforcers, 4-on-2 yet again. Yates to the side. Puck is loose and still loose, goes to the sideboard, slap shot down the ice, and the Enforcers will have to reset again. It's been so much one and done. Mafuz hollering towards somebody, not sure who that was directed towards, as Skinner picks up, passes along to Mafuz. Mafuz back across to Tucker, Tucker over to Skinner. Skinner waiting, passes it, that one's broken up, and back the other way as McIntosh tried to feed it along. It's picked off one more time by Gavin Yates. Under 45 seconds to go in period number 1. Puck is moved along. Here comes Skinner. Dustin Skinner over the blue line. Drops for Mafuz. Mafuz back. Yates with it. Fires, and that one's deflected wide. Tucker picks it up. 33 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Mafuz still with it. Fires it back to the point. Down there and unable to get it done, as that one's going to go 200 feet, and that will do it for the power play. 22 seconds remains. We'll see if the Enforcers chance it here. They need one more chance, and they need it to go in the net. JT Walters has it, feeds it off to Gavin Yates. Yates heading for the blue line. 10 seconds remains as Yates was completely hooked and tied up. This one's going to go down. JT Walters chasing after. 3 seconds to go. That will do it for period number 1. So, Enforcers, Mafuz, first one off the ice. He is frustrated, and he is sprinting for the locker room. Did not like what happened there in period number 1. Brent Clark off the bench quickly as well. Only down 1-0. This is a very fixable situation, Colby.
It certainly is. They're up in shots 14-8. Their special teams look good in the first period. Probably the best they've looked in a period so far this year. So obviously there's some bright spots. It's just a matter of they're trailing in this one.
Well, the truth is the execution has been the issue for the Enforcers all season long. To this point, and it continues to be, there is a solution to this. It will rectify itself because the Enforcers are too good of a team for it not to. But now the Enforcers are going to have to get it done here in period number 2, the period of the long change. And Colby, you talked about it in your coach's corner. The second period has not been kind to the Enforcers this season. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Certainly will. It always is.
As we will head to our break, it's time for our first intermission report here on Mixlr.com. Keep it tuned. We'll be right back.
And Saturday, November 30th, Wednesday, November 27th, it's free Jubilee Foods Thunderstick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Appetizers and Skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
Extreme International Ice Racing returns to First Arena, Elmira, New York. Buckley's Automotive and Elmira Heat Treating present World Championship Ice Racing, Friday, January 10th and Saturday, January 11th. Come see Speedway bikes on ice going from 0 to 60 mile per hour in less than 3 seconds with no brakes. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PUCK. Craziness with no brakes.
This is Glenn Patterson with the Elmira Enforcers. Did you know that you can celebrate your birthday here at First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers? Birthdays should be a memorable event, and with the Enforcers, you'll never forget it. Call today for more details at 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go.
Colby Smith down here with the mighty fine Ahmed Mahfouz. Last night you managed to pull out the win in the end, but not without much drama and tension. When the Thunder struck bat to score 3 unanswered in the third period last night, what was going through your mind?
You know what, we got to just stay even keel, and we don't get too high and we don't get too low. We had a 4-0 lead going into the third. We came out and we disappointed ourselves a little bit in the third period there, and but we managed to get it done. So like I said, we don't get too high, we don't get too low. We just managed to get the job done at the end of the day.
The penalty kill a sense of pride for the Enforcers here early on this season. Though you knocked down your first power play goal yesterday, it's obvious you're still clicking things together. What has to go right to make the power play an effective unit on a night-in, night-out basis?
You know what, it's just we're going to build chemistry. Both units out there are going to build some chemistry as the year goes on, and the power play is just going to get better and better. I think our biggest thing for the power play, and we've been talking about it, is we just need a little bit more movement in their zone on the power play to create some better scoring opportunities than we've had earlier on in the season. So it just comes with practice and chemistry, and we're building on it.
Brandon Tucker has come into this team and has made quite the impact, leaving me to ask you the question, in the game of hockey, what's your definition of an impact player?
Like you said, Brandon Tucker has done a really good job for us. He came in and he's put the puck in the net for us, and just an impact player to me is every guy has a role. So as long as you're doing your job and you're doing your role, you are an impact player. So we have 18 guys every night on the ice that are impact players and that have a role to do. So Brandon Tucker puts the puck in the net, and that makes him an impact player. And other guys, you know, like Troy Passingham, stop the puck, it makes him an impact player, and so down the list. So yeah, we're looking good right now.
The energy radiating throughout First Arena for the first 3 home games has been absolutely electrifying. The festivities have been awesome to observe. How awesome is it to be a player and the captain right in the middle of everything?
It's unbelievable. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here. You know, the crowd, like I said, from last year has been the best in FHL history, in my opinion, for the year and 3 games that we've had so far. So I'm looking for continued success and more support from the community. We've gotten great support, and I'm sure it's just going to grow and grow as we go on here.
What was the atmosphere in the locker room after last night's game?
You know what? We knew that we almost gave the game back up, and we made it a tighter game than we had to. So we knew that we were going to come into tonight's game and be back, back to business, and we got to work hard and we got to outwork them again tonight. But we definitely enjoyed the win yesterday in the dressing room for a couple minutes, and it's on to Game 6 on our home ice tonight, and we are looking forward to it.
Last question for you, Ahmed. Getting your first win of the season on home ice last night proved to be huge, and it would be even bigger if you could win both games of the weekend. The Thunder may be a new franchise, but they can definitely hold their own on the ice if given the opportunity. What goes into the prep work of tonight's game, now knowing the Thunder and the skill sets they possess?
You know what? It's just preparation the same way every day, every game day. We do the same things here. We have a routine, and we get to work from the morning. We concentrate on the hockey game, and when we get to the rink for game time, it's we put on the equipment and we listen to coaches' strategies, and we get the job done.
Thanks as always, Ahmed. Go Enforcers, go.
Hi, this is Marion Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years' experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marion M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
Fresh off the Evan Davies tournament in Waverly, Hemp Geek is pleased to announce 2 new locations just inside the Arnett Mall in Big Flats, and now Hemp Geek of Owego celebrating their grand opening on Lake Street October 19th. Hemp Geek offers discounts to military veterans, first responders, and seniors, along with the lowest pricing in the CBD market. Hemp Geek, your #1 local CBD specialist in the Twin Tiers.
This is JT Walters with your Elmira Enforcers. I love getting out in the community here in Elmira, but I also know it can be hard to find things to do. We at the Enforcers have a great fix for that. With deals for groups of 10 or more, Enforcer games can be a great and affordable time for you and your friends to come out and enjoy downtown Elmira. Go Enforcers, go!
All right, and with that, we are back live here on the Mixlr.com Hemp Geek Intermission Report. Hemp Geek, your #1 source for hemp. Colby, you've got the first intermission right up. You want to share it with everybody back at home?
Sure. So many one and dones, the story of the opening period here at First Arena. Draws won were plenty even by both sides, but the puck was dropped in and recovered many times by the other squad and turned over a fair amount. A bright spot for the Enforcers comes out of the first period, however, as the special teams had possibly their best looks of the year so far. The Thunder getting another strong performance in net from Aaron Taylor, which is their bright spot after the first. Taylor has been a huge part of the Thunder early on in the franchise, and though the wins aren't coming, Coach Clark summed it up perfectly yesterday, saying Delaware is a new franchise and they're going through some growing pains, but you can't take them lightly. The Enforcers definitely aren't taking them lightly as they head to the dressing room trailing 1-0 behind Wayne Drew's second goal of the season. The key to this one heading forward seems to be the Enforcers' defense. Lots of minuses right now in the plus-minus column for the defense, but as fans can see, better days are coming. We'll see what happens moving forward.
Well, that's true, but still 40 minutes to go, and as we noted yesterday, 4 goals in the third period for the Delaware Thunder, so anything can happen in the second half of the game, that's for sure. Of course, the one bright spot I think you missed out on there, and I'm going to point this out, is post-media timeout, the Enforcers still looked hungry. They came out, they continue to play hard, and as you pointed out in your write-up there, the special teams had their best look of the season there a couple of times in that first period of play, including after the media timeout, which has been such a sore spot for the Enforcers this season.
And you could say after the Thunder got that first goal, though it was a 5-on-5 goal, it was a result of their power play. The Enforcers went to the line change, and the Thunder just took them the wrong way and managed to find the back of the net.
They certainly did, and Wang Tu obviously getting his second goal of the season, clearly an impact player. We've seen him, and I've said his name quite a bit, especially on their power play. He seems to be that kind of middle of the zone man, kind of Ahmed Mahfouz is for the Enforcers. So perhaps, I always call it the Alex Ovechkin spot, if you will. It doesn't really matter how he shoots it. It doesn't matter how he's going to fire it off. It's going to go in the back of the net. And perhaps Wang Tu is the Alex Ovechkin for the Delaware Thunder here. Of course, before we get into that 6-minute area where they're going to shoot up to us, we're going to go through the out-of-town scoreboard. Carolina Thunderbirds have a 5-4 lead over the Danbury Hat-Tricks after 2 periods of play. The Mentor Icebreakers 7-2 over the Battle Creek Rumble Bees as the second period winds down for them just after the 13:06 mark. The Columbus River Dragons Port Huron Prowlers tied at 1 in the first, and the final game of the schedule, Watertown Danville, should be getting started any moment. So the Enforcers, they trail 1-0 right now, but the onus is on them. Really, it's their game to come back and play here in the second period. You saw as Ahmed Mahfouz left the ice, he was not happy about something that was going on the power play, yelling at Gavin Yates. And then as he left the ice, he basically ran down the tunnel. He wanted to get into that locker room, and I would love to be a fly on that wall.
It would It would be interesting to be a fly on the wall in the locker room right now because though they're trailing 1-0, as we've said so many times here so far, the special teams look good tonight. And if Ahmed Mahfouz isn't happy with the special teams, there's obviously something they still got to work out to get this power play in tip-top shape.
Well, Ahmed Mahfouz certainly would be the one to know it if, as the veteran presence in the locker room. But of course, he is going to be responsible for doing quite a lot here in the second half of this game, which of course is not too far away. Really, 20 minutes already in the books, and you can't say the Enforcers have been outclassed. One goal that really could have gone either way. Now it's going to come down to how the Enforcers respond here in the second period.
In the second period, always a big one. We've talked about it quite a bit so far this year as well. The ice change, the second period hasn't been kind. It's just a matter of how the Enforcers turn and deal with it tonight. Obviously, the atmosphere in this building is electric as always, and the fans are pumped up and ready for this one. They want to see their Enforcers get another win tonight.
Of course, and of course looking for their first weekend sweep of the season that they have yet to be able to achieve here or anywhere else. Their first opportunity was down there in Columbus, Georgia, just weren't able to get it done. As now you're hearing the applause for the band as we go up, and we'll go up on the board here. But always an interesting evening as the Enforcers come back out here at First Arena. A packed house again tonight, a live band, which is always an entertaining time. But the Enforcers trail on the scoreboard right now 1-0. A lot of great looks on the power play. We've been over it and over it. The second period, though, the period of the long change, always a challenge.
Certainly is a challenge for this team. I mean, they've had struggles so far in the second period so far this year, and obviously things kind of turned around last night for them. The third period was where they struggled last night. The first and second period, they had it all the way, but then in that third period, things turned around.
Well, Ahmed Mahfouz certainly looked passionate as he left the ice. Running down the tunnel, he wanted to make an impact immediately, and that is the kind of game Ahmed Mahfouz will play, so we'll have to see what he can do coming out. Obviously, there's some interesting talk going on in that locker room, especially adjusting that power play. They've continued to tweak and tweak and tweak, and you got to feel like the way that they played there in the first period, it's almost there.
It's definitely almost there. It's not in tip-top shape just yet, but it's getting there. But another thing we haven't really talked about all that much yet so far tonight, the goaltending.
Joe Young has played well. He's only had 8 shots on goal at the moment. The one that went by him, you could call it kind of a bad goal, but in all honesty, the Enforcers still very much in this game, and 8 shots on goal, if they can continue to limit the opposing team to that many shots, they're going to be in good shape going down the stretch.
Yeah, one bad line change, and as it results in a goal. So obviously the Enforcers, if they can get the Thunder in one bad line change, they can climb right back into this one, even it up.
Well, we saw it last night. They were able to take a lot of bad line changes and a lot of misplayed pucks. They just need to find a couple of bounces to go their way here tonight. Of course, as we go on, the Enforcers want to remind everybody that we are coming back home right around that Thanksgiving holiday. Back here on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday, Cyber Saturday. No better way to spend the holidays than with your Elmira Enforcers here at First Arena. So as we get going yet again, had to rip off the little commercial there. And speaking of which, paying some more bills, because we neglected to do it there in the first period, Dandy welcomes the new Dandy Breakfast Wrap for just $4.25. Your favorite choice, bacon, sausage, ham, or steak wrapped up with cheese and eggs for a great meal any time of the day. Grab a sausage or ham wrap at the Hot Grab and Go, or order at the kiosk. Breakfast never tasted so dandy. All right, well, we're coming down to it now. The countdown is on, so we're going to step aside. Final break as we head into period number 2. You're listening to the Elmira Enforcers on Mixlr.com.
Enforcers at home Wednesday, November 27th, Friday, November 29th, and Saturday, November 30th. Wednesday, November 27th, it's free Jubilee Foods Thunderstick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's free Texas Roadhouse appetizers and skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
Extreme International Ice Racing returns to First Arena, Elmira, New York. Buckley's Automotive and Elmira Heat Treating present World Championship Ice Racing, Friday, January 10th and Saturday, January 11th. Come see Speedway bikes on ice going from 0 to 60 mile per hour in less than 3 seconds with no brakes. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PUCK. Craziness with no brakes.
This is Glenn Patterson with the Elmira Enforcers. Did you know that you can celebrate your birthday here at First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers? Birthdays should be a memorable event, and with the Enforcers, you'll never forget it. Call today for more details at 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go.
All right, and with that, we are back for period number 2. The pressure going to be on the Elmira Enforcers here as you see Joe Young at the head of the lineup, ready to go. Referee having a conversation with the head coach of the Delaware Thunder on their way out to the bench. Enforcers really going to have to get going here as the clock continues to count down. Colby, we're heading for the second period's opening face-off.
This opening face-off brought to you by Rob Tweed State Farm Agency on Market Street in downtown Corning, or visit him on the web where you can bundle home, auto, and life for a sweet hat trick at sweetrob.com.
And there it is, as once again, your Elmira Enforcers get set for period number 2, and it's got to be the period of 2 major changes, including the one on the ice and the second one, the one on the scoreboard. Here comes the Delaware Thunder, as making his way out, first man out onto the ice, Aaron Taylor, followed by Brandon Contrato. As now again, everything getting underway here for period number 2. The Enforcers have to find a way to get started here. We'll see if they go with that same lineup. Reynolds, Hussey, Skinner to start off the period as they did in period number 1. Ahmed Mahfouz taking laps. Brendan Hussey looks like he's headed for the bench area. He's leaning, so it does appear that he will start the period. No, hold on, he will get off the ice. So the Enforcers changing it up here. They won't go with the line that started the game. As it appears, it's going to be Gavin Yates, Sean Reynolds, and Andrew Harrison. We talked about mixing and matching throughout the game. We'd have to see how it played out, but Coach Clark not taking any time.
It's a good thing he didn't try to climb back into this one, change on the ice, change on the scoreboard. It's a good way to do it.
It certainly is. Hudson Michaelis out there now. So excuse me. Hudson Michaelis, Andrew Harrison, Gavin Yates not out there. As now Sean Reynolds trying to chase it back down, but Charlie Penns will beat out the icing call, and so the Enforcers will go back 19:53 to go in period number 2, literally 7 seconds, and an icing starts the period. So, faceoff will come to the left-hand side of Mighty Joe Young. You talked about his college background. The 2 goalies in front of him at Union were drafted in the NHL. So certainly some good pedigree there coming out of that college. As now Whitcomb fires it along, picked up here by Sean Reynolds. Reynolds over the red line, over the blue line. Harrison streaking towards the net. Fed their tip just wide of the net, as Taylor didn't know where that one was going. Played out behind the net. Sean Reynolds right back out in front. He tried to feed Harrison, who couldn't get a hold of it. And now the puck will bounce back out to center ice. As that's a big hard hit there by Masters, and down crumpled is Glenn Patterson, as you hope he's okay. Patterson is down. Masters laid the hit, and this is not good. So hushed silence falls over the crowd.
Patterson's been a shutdown defenseman here early on for the Enforcers so far this season, so it's definitely a big thing if he can't return to this game.
Well, he's already up to a knee. He's going to luckily be right there by the bench. We'll see if he goes on the bench or if he goes to the room. He's skating past the bench. This is not a good sign. So Patterson heading right for the bench. You can expect some retribution. Walters already chirping at Masters, and 2 guys standing in front of Walters. As now Cameron Yarwood heads back to the bench after getting Patterson to the room. And, of course, no call on it. Was a legal hit. We're 35 seconds into the second. Now the enforcers have a rallying cry as Glenn Patterson retreated towards the locker room. So, puck is played back. Worked along yet again. Contrado sends it back around for... As now it's worked back out. Excuse me, I don't know why Basie's name wouldn't come out of my mouth there, as now Masters dumps the puck back in. JT Walters has to turn and chase. Walters tries to feed it along, hit the skates of Marker, and now the puck is moved back along again. Ryan Marker with it back behind the net. Feeds it back out to Charlie Penns. Penns puts that one right up into Marker's facial area, and now the puck is thrown in on net. Contrado shoves another shot, 2 shots, and 2 big saves by mighty Joe Young. Puck is moved along here. Tucker flips it out to Kyle Stevens. Stevens cutting towards center ice. Now he gets in. Coming, drops there for Mafuz. Across to Tucker, tries to put a shot on, didn't get everything he wanted on that one as Stevens chases it down. Kyle Stevens still battling for the puck. Feeds it out, was looking for Mafuz, hit off a skate, and now Contrado will turn it around the other way. Contrado over the blue line, firing. Joe Young deflects it into the corner. JT Walters lets that one go. Tucker feeds it along to Mafuz. Right back out, Hussey forward. Mafuz still with it, poke checking it through. Hussey trying to move it along, kept there by Walters. Poke check down, and Tucker will pick it up. Tucker across, looking for Hussey. Hussey can't handle it. Still trying to push it through. It's picked up and moved along one more time, kept by Hussey. Mafuz tried to chop it down, and now they'll get a line change as Delaware recollects. Picked off here, and right back in the other side is Yanni Skropolis. Skropolis looking, firing off the shoulder. Kicked through still. Skropolis still with it. Had Yates out in front of the net. Skropolis out, trying to feed Yates. Can't get it to him. Yates has it now. Turns back. Still with possession. Yates putting on a show down there in the corner. Feeds it along. Skropolis couldn't get the shot off. Has it still in the slot. Dumps it down. And Hussey trying to get free. He was held up momentarily. Picked up here by Martin, who shoved into the corner by 2. Trying to move it along was Yates. He still keeps possession. Yates along the sideboards, working it. Coming back through. Trying to feed it back. Yates looking. Still trying to find a lane. Having trouble. Finally gets it out and across to Christian Whitcomb. These two former teammates on the Watertown Wolves. That one deflected to the side. Chasing it in is Bryce Martin. Martin right back towards the net. Goes wide of the net. And Whitcomb will have to play it at the blue line. He dumps it back in. Kicked along by Skropolis. Skropolis feeds it back down. This is the enforcers we are used to seeing yesterday. As now Hussey still with it. Feeds it along. Skropolis fires. Saved by Taylor again in front. And Skropolis couldn't get the rebound. Again, it's fed along. Picked back up. And the enforcers with some great offensive pressure to start the second period. Fed back out. Whitcomb right back up to Gavin Yates. Fed back down. Hussey knocks it into Yates. Now they get back into the offensive zone. Fed out. Yates right to the slot. Fires and blocked down. That one goes out. As Yates is totally snake bitten here early on in this season. As once again, Bryce Martin trying to shove the puck back around, back behind the net. Feeds it to Whitcomb. Whitcomb flips it back towards center ice. Cut off there by Sean Reynolds. Kicked out and moved in by Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis fires. Saved there by Taylor. And wow, he almost lost his balance on that. Good shot. Good save. The enforcers right back on it offensively, Colby.
It's a common theme here early on in this one. The chances the enforcers get, and then the Thunder either clearing the puck or Taylor laying on and making the save.
As now some comedy camera work going on up there. As puck is played back to JT Walters, fires it. Aaron Taylor with an easy glove grab there. So, Elmira, quick shot off of the face-off there. Now out shooting the Delaware Thunder 20-10. So only 2 shots for the Thunder here in the second period. 4 minutes in, as that puck's deflected around. Sean Reynolds has possession. The enforcers will start their offensive possession again. That one rolls back up to Yarwood. Fed back down. He was looking for Harrison. It goes by him. Puck is played out. Reynolds runs into his man as the puck is moved along again by Vortinov. Vortinov passes it across, and now it's moved out by Alex Basie. Reynolds tried to pick that one off, but it's spun out again by Municello. Puck sent back through, and Harrison will pick it off. Harrison right up. Here comes Yarwood. Yarwood through into the zone, goes down, and again, moved right back out by Delaware. Hudson Michaelis having to play defense here. Wind up, shot, way over the net by Vortinov. As now the puck is kept there by Municello. Puck is dropped. Here comes Michaelis out the other side. He's got Harrison. 2-on-2, back the other way. Michaelis trying to get through, and he loses it. as it's jumped on there by Taylor, no surprise. 15-16 to go in period number 2. 1-0 in favor of the Delaware Thunder at the moment. But so far the pressure's been all Enforcers. Positivity for the Enforcers at the moment. Mafuz, Stevens, Tucker right back out there. And you got to feel like something's coming for the Enforcers if they can keep up the pressure. Right back down in front. Stevens chops at it but misses the puck and can't put it home. Masters there along the boards. Mafuz rubs him out, and that might be a little bit of payback for Glenn Patterson. Here comes Kyle Stevens across the front. Shot in. Can't put it home. Puck is fed around again. Tucker feeds it back to the point. Kept in there by Clark. Moved back down low. Stevens has it behind the net. Stevens taking his time. Tried to feed it out there to Mafuz. Now it's flipped back to center ice, but no further. Clark will have to turn around. We're just over 5 minutes gone in the second period of play here as the Enforcers reset behind their own net. Puck is fed up, looking for Mafuz. Mafuz gets it. Mafuz and Tucker having a conversation about how to move this puck, as now Mafuz tied up there, pushes the puck forward, but not far enough, as Whitcomb will have to retreat to center ice to pick it up. Whitcomb flips it back in, and now the Enforcers will have to chase. Di Cristofaro, who we haven't mentioned at all tonight, plays the puck back to Charlie Penz. Penz off the boards all the way down, 200 feet. That's going to draw an icing, and that will bring the faceoff back to an Enforcers offensive zone.
It's been quick moving so far here in the second period. It might not show it on the clock, but it's been quick moving on the ice when the puck is in play.
It certainly is. It's just going to be a matter of finding a way to put the puck past Taylor. That's been the issue here tonight. As Hussey comes out to take the draw. Hussey, Yates, and Skinner. Yates drops for Yarwood. Yarwood looking, dumps it back down into the corner for Dustin Skinner. Skinner, that's a big body, hard to move, as Yates will pick it back up. Yates looking, he's got Hussey right in the slot, and didn't quite see him, I guess, there. As that one flips up, right back out in front. JT Walters looking, the puck is loose, nobody can find it, as now it's moved up by Marker, picked back up by Gavin Yates, right back in front, looking, firing, and a save by Taylor as he plays huge there in the crease. I've said it a couple times already. Gavin Yates absolutely snake-bitten here at Colby.
Gavin Yates for certainly is.
Unfortunately, he's got a goal and 2 assists so far this season, but I'll tell you what, it has just been a struggle for him. Gavin Yates used to putting up a lot of points, and I'm sure we're going to see it this season, as this will be his first full year with the Enforcers. He started out the year with Watertown last year. As now again, Enforcers win the draw. Right back to Yarwood. Fires over the top of the net. Bounces down. Mafuz chasing it. Shoves it back towards Kyle Stevens. Puts it out in front, but Tucker was too far off. Broken up there as Young was able to get it out to center ice. Now JT Walters goes to play. Walters flips it forward, looking for Mafuz. Mafuz will get possession, but there's 4 Thunder back right now. Fed back. Kyle Stevens fires just wide of the net. Back behind as Stevens do-si-does it and now picks it back up. Now he's knocked down, and again the puck is moved along. Poke check there by Tucker keeps the puck in the zone momentarily, and now it's finally moved along. Yarwood fleeing it back into the zone. Here's Yarwood trying to bring the puck around with him. He's got a couple guys in front of the net, but can't get it out to him. Tucker picks it up, slaps it down and around as the puck will go into the near side boards. Glenn Patterson down there in the Enforcers tunnel, so that icing will allow Patterson back on the ice. And I said it in the first period, if he can come back, he will. He's a hockey player.
Hockey players are the toughest people in hockey, as one wise man in this booth once said.
Toughest players in all sports, I think is what the quote was. But
yeah.
But once again, Hudson Michaelis, Sean Reynolds, Andrew Harrison out there. One back to Harrison. Harrison circling the circle, right into the slot, fires off of the post. And they have played 3 posts here tonight. The Enforcers continue to hear the clang of that post all throughout the game. Pick back up. Here comes Michaelis in on a break. Shot over the top of the net. Just too much on it. Puck is fed back down low again. Broken up there by Reynolds. He picks it back up, circling in the zone. Looking across, finds the firing shot and can't put it into the net. It'll circle all the way back out to center ice. Picked off here by Bryce Martin. Martin passes it up. Michaelis feeds it across. And Andrew Harrison into the zone. Drops for Reynolds. Reynolds cutting towards the slot. Firing shot. Goal! No, hold on. They say no goal. Thought the Enforcers had it there. There is no goal, Judge. As once again, Elmira ruining an opportunity. That one is going to go all the way down for an icing. And that is, wow.
It'll be something interesting to keep an eye on later because that was Sean Reynolds who took that shot.
It was.
Sean Reynolds got robbed in the second period of a goal last night, but obviously in the first period last night, and then he scored in the second. And then obviously that one, it looked like it crossed the goal line, at least from our perspective. So
I thought it did, but apparently I was mistaken as that puck is won back by the Enforcers. Glenn Patterson is first shift back from injury as Yates passes it over to him. Patterson fires, blocker down and into the netting. So 11:50 to go in period number 2. As I thought the Enforcers had tied up this game, they are peppering Taylor here in the second period, and that is really what needs to, oh wait, believe we've got a replay coming. As let's see, maybe this will be the, hold on. Show it again. All right, that did hit off the inside of the post, so my apologies. As once again, the Enforcers gonna ruin missed opportunities here if they can't connect. As that puck's floated along, lifted stick. Trying to move it with Skropolis, he couldn't get the stick up. Municello gets rubbed off by Yanni Skropolis. Pass along to JT Walters. Walters looks up ice, feeds it along. Yates has it into the zone. Looking wide, feeds Skropolis, and he just tipped it too far to the right as he had a wide open net. Once again, loose is Gavin Yates. Yates, stick being held down low. The officials didn't see that as Hussey had his arm up in the air trying to draw the attention. Patterson right back out in front and can't hit his man. Delaware has a 3-on-2 opportunity if they hurry. 11:05 to go in period number 2. Looking, firing, save there by Young. Patterson trying to feed it back along. Puck is loose. Out with it comes Yanni Skropolis. Enforcers have to be thinking about a line change here. Skropolis fires it into the skates. Again, it's knocked down. Gavin Yates will chase. Kyle Stevens back out there. Yates still with it pinned against the boards. Now the puck is moved along. Still pushed back down deeper. Moved up by Basie there, and now the puck's moved along to Municello. Municello back around the blue line. Still trying to move the puck up the ice. The Delaware Thunder have not had much success in this. A stretch pass here. Kyle Stevens coming. He's got Gavin Yates with him. Fires, and that one's deflected out of the zone completely as Mafuz passes over to Patterson. Patterson feeds it along to Mafuz, who poke checks it into the zone. Mafuz trying to get it on net, couldn't do so. And now Delaware turns it around the other way. This one's going to go all the way down, and another icing on the Delaware Thunder.
Well, where's our guy, Brandon Tucker, staying hot? 4 goals in 3 games, but he hasn't been, but he hasn't even been out there all that much tonight.
Well, it's a change up especially. He's not on the power play unit. He's back out there right now with that Mafuz Stevens Tucker line. As now an interesting setup here for the Enforcers. As that faceoff won back, Yarwood sends it down below the goal line for Kyle Stevens. Stevens pushes it along, but nobody on the far side. Basie picks it up. Wickham just a little too short to knock that one down, as that'll be moved out. And here comes the Thunder 3-on-2 back the other way. Firing it across, but Yarwood breaks it up. Picked up by Ahmed Mafuz. Mafuz passes it down. Knocked down, right back onto the stick of Yarwood. Yarwood passes it up. Christian Wickham has it now. Wickham looking, he's got Kyle Stevens streaking, but he drops to Mafuz instead. Mafuz, top of the circle. Right back in front, and Stevens had an excellent opportunity. Right back to Christian Wickham, dumps it back behind the net, no one there. Going back to play is Basie, fed back up the boards. Wickham getting tall along the boards. Mafuz tries to swipe at it and can't. Wickham has it now, feeds it along the boards again as it's broken up. Right back to Contrato, and it's dumped back in by the Delaware Thunder, who will finally get that line change they have needed for a little bit. Puck is fed out, hits off 2. Stevens picks it up. Stevens heads towards the offensive zone. Next stoppage should be the media timeout, as once again Stevens cycling. Stevens looking, drops there for once again back down low. Tucker tries to feed up to Walters, feeds it along right back in front. Puck is knocked down, trying to keep it in the zone, and does is Clark, as once again the Enforcers trying to get their way through. Harrison couldn't fight his way. As now, stretch pass again. Here comes 2, the lone goal scorer in the hockey game. Fire, save by Joe Young. And that will give us the media timeout. We'll be back here on Mixler.com.
At home Wednesday, November 27th, Friday, November 29th, and Saturday, November 30th. Wednesday, November 27th, it's free Jubilee Foods Thunderstick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's free Texas Roadhouse appetizers and skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
All right, so with that, we honor the Ziff Law Firm Veteran of the Game, which tonight, Colby, that's about 3/4 of the crowd. Happy to see it, as all the veterans will now stand and be recognized. And we thank them all for all their service. Getting stick taps from both sides. Veterans Night, always a special night. As once again, face-off set. Puck is dropped, Enforcers have possession, and they want to go right back to work. Puck dropped again, fed out. Kept in the zone, as that's played by 2. Broken back up by Andrew Harrison. Harrison feeds it out, finds Michaelis, gets it up to Reynolds, who drops back to Michaelis. Michaelis across, Harrison slot, shot, and save right into the Viking on the front of the jersey of the netminder, Aaron Taylor. 8:25 to go in period number 2, still a 1-0 deficit. Very easy for the Enforcers to get themselves back in this game. They just have to find a way to put it past Taylor.
And it's been hard for him so far.
Michaelis going to lose that draw. He kicks the puck aside anyway. Reynolds manages to pick it up now. Reynolds wrapping it around the boards. Takes a kind of an awkward bounce as Charlie Penn's trying to get possession. That one will be fed up the boards off of the referee. Broken up here by Harrison. Harrison gets it across. Reynolds has it again. And Reynolds looking for some retribution there, as he had that one perfect opportunity with a wide open net that did not go his way. That puck's moved along. Michaelis has it now. Michaelis looking, wrapping around the backside of the net, trying to find somebody out in front, but he can't get it anywhere. So Michaelis poke checks it back to JT Walters at center ice. Glad to see Glenn Patterson back there skating in full force. Walters cycles it up to Michaelis. Skinner fresh on the ice now. Michaelis skating towards the slot. He is caught up, gonna take a penalty here, as the Enforcers gonna go back on the power play, as Basie touches up, and that will put the Enforcers back on a Labella power play, as now heading to the penalty box, gonna be number 55, Kieran Devine, who adds to his penalty total of 9. He'll go up to 11 at this point. So now Devine takes a seat, and the Enforcers go back on the Labella power play. Labella reminding you we are powered by partnership. So the question here, we were talking about it all throughout that first intermission. The Enforcers have looked better than we've seen them all year on the man advantage. Can they put one behind Aaron Taylor? And speaking of, seeing Tucker out there on the power play this time. Reynolds wins a draw back. Gavin Yates has it back at the point. Yates sends it down to Mahfouz. Mahfouz takes it down below the goal line. Mahfouz being hacked at. Mahfouz all the way around the zone. Does a full 360. Now passes over to Yates. Yates right back to Mahfouz, breaking in deeper. Mahfouz fires it. That one's shouldered down there by Taylor. Yarwood has possession. Yarwood sends back down for Reynolds. That one's taken away, and Marker dumps it 200 feet. Playing back. Once again, Joe Young leaves it back behind the net. 1.5 minutes to go on the advantage. Breaking out of the zone, here comes Gavin Yates. Yates with some speed, cuts over the blue line, right into the slot, firing, and he gets taken down there, but no call on that. So, Yates trying to earn the Enforcers a 5-on-3, just couldn't get it done as the official's arm did not go up. Here comes Sean Reynolds. Reynolds looking, he takes it himself, cutting through, gets by Marker. Still looking out right towards the slot, broken up as Tucker couldn't get it in a position to shoot, as now the puck's moved along by Basie. Basie pins it to the boards. Again, fed along the boards. Contrato with it, flipping it towards center ice, knocked down there by Reynolds, and he will smash it back towards the zone, picked up here by Mahfouz. Mahfouz fires it across for Yarwood. Yarwood in onside, passes over to Tucker in the slot, fires! Another save there by Taylor and knocked out of the zone, 35 seconds to go. As Yarwood goes back to pick up. Yarwood fires it back up to Mahfouz. Mahfouz right back to Yarwood in his own zone. Under 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Enforcers still have yet to solve Taylor. Breaking it out. Here comes Yates over into the offensive zone. Yates still fighting to get to the front of the net. Cutting around the backside. Passes off to Mahfouz. Mahfouz looking. There's a target wide across the zone. Can't get it to him. Mafus now looking, fires it across, winding, firing, and Skinner is his shot saved. Taylor comes up big again.
And John, definitely comes as some interest to you. The Arizona Coyotes up 2-0 right now, 4:20 to go in the first period. And then, of course, my Blackhawks up 2-0 on the Penguins right now, 5:08 to go in the second. So similar leads for our teams, but different stages of the game.
Well, now the Enforcers need to get back up and try to get things going. It's hasn't been their night so far, but things can change in a heartbeat. We talked about it just a day ago. Enforcers were up by 4 at the conclusion of 2 and ended up giving up all 4 of those. Needed a goal in the third to come away with a victory, but now they need to find a way to get this one tied back up. Sent back, Patterson shoves it right back into the zone. Skinner will chase it back behind the net. Skinner still with possession, nobody out in front. As again, the Enforcers over with the power play, but they still have to find a way to get some offense. Mafus has possession. Right back out in front, shot, and Skinner couldn't rip it by Aaron Taylor. Mafus still with it. Has that one taken away from him. That one's moved along. In on a breakaway, Young. Young looking, firing, and Joe Young comes up with a huge save. And not taking kindly to that, Glenn Patterson attacking as one of the Delaware Thunder went right after Joe Young, and Glenn Patterson now trying to get himself back up after the Thunder player attacked him for pulling him off his goaltender. Patterson gets a rousing ovation here from the crowd. It appears as though that was Evan McIntosh trying to follow up the shot. Patterson's going to take a penalty, and I think McIntosh is going to have to sit too. So we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey here. Perhaps that open ice will allow the Enforcers to utilize that speed game. No, excuse me. Charlie Penn sending the signal it's going to be 5-on-5. So coincidental hockey. Joe Young having a discussion with the linesman, as I'm sure he wasn't happy about that at all. So both penalties are put up there now, so it should be 4-on-4. So, all right, getting the explanation here. 4-on-4, I believe, is what's going to happen here. All right, hold on. There's still some confusion here. I believe the referee said 5-on-5, and now the Enforcers having the discussion. Now they're trying to figure out the placement of the face-off. So Mafus now coming out with Taylor. But now it's 5-on-5. Okay. We have the clarification now. So, all right. Mafus will now head back to the bench. Tucker will now head back to the bench. And the Enforcers still short a man. All right, there goes Harrison. Okay. Finally got it sorted out here. 5-on-5 hockey. Penalties will expire in 2 minutes, so the first whistle after 3:05, they will be allowed to leave the penalty box. So coincidental minors, 5-on-5 hockey. The Elmira Enforcers still trailing 1-0 here in the second period. Going back to play, Cameron Yarwood passes across. JT Walters has possession, firing it up the boards, looking to get it to Sean Reynolds. Reynolds is cut off there. Reynolds picks it up, heading towards the front of the net, working towards the slot. He fires and he can't get it to go. It is in the net. It's a goal. Sean Reynolds going to get credit for the goal, and they are quickly arguing, but the puck's in the back of the net, and Sean Reynolds has a goal here tonight. And the Enforcers tie up the game with 4:50 to go. So, I'll tell you what, Colby, certainly an interesting story here, but the Enforcers end up putting the puck in the net, and that's all that matters.
He's banged it off the post twice tonight. By my count, he's had 5 shots on goal tonight, so I guess it's right he finally finds the score sheet.
Certainly is. As you look up there, Taylor was clearly not happy with it. Mafus skates over there because he doesn't want Basie complaining too much. So the goal is counted. It's 1-1. And now the Enforcers need to find a way to get the go-ahead goal with 4:50 to go here in period number 2. As the puck won back by Elmira. Hudson Michaelis has possession, trying to feed it up, gets it into the Delaware zone. Dump back out, Charlie Penns has it now. Moves it up, he was looking for Masters, cut off there by JT Walters. Move back in, here comes Sean Reynolds, the goal scorer. He's shoved off quickly. And again, the puck moved back up the boards. Masters again can't handle the pass, and Yarwood will chase. Joe Young jumps on top of it, and then drops it off to Cameron Yarwood. Slick goaltending there, as Michael is trying to chase it back down. Trying to push it through, can't get it. Reynolds comes away with it. Now Harrison puts it into the zone. The Enforcers will have to chase, and no, they'll instead go for a line change. Sean Reynolds the only man chasing. Masters picks up for Delaware. Feeds it off the boards. Kept in there by Mafus. Flipped all the way across. Tucker has it now. Tucker looking, firing shot, and again it's loose in front, and finally Taylor gets his glove on it. Mafus, like a puck-seeking missile, came in from the sideboards, and then Taylor put his glove over it. Mafus was looking for that rebound like a hungry shark that smelled blood in the water.
A puck-seeking missile. I've never heard that one before.
That's a new one for sure, but I'm working with the logistics given to me here. As once again, more discussion. Taylor talking with the referee as the linesman saying, hey, let's go. 4 minutes to go in period number 2 as they're going to kick out Mafus. And that's going to bring in Kyle Stevens. So Stevens trying to win the draw. He will lose it. Tucker quickly picks it back up. Young poke checks it out of the zone, and Delaware's back the other way. Bryce Martin with a beauty of a stop there to keep Young from getting an opportunity. As that puck is flipped out, Tucker gets it back to the neutral zone. He dropped there and moved back along by Delaware, trying to get into the zone, having a little trouble. Demon has it. Demon looking towards the net, wrapping around the backside of the net as Christian Whitcomb tied up. Demon holding onto the stick of Whitcomb, but the Enforcers managed to break out the other way. Here comes Tucker, puts it into the zone, fires it across, shot, and no, Ahmed Mafus with a heck of an opportunity, but he can't bury it. And now Stevens and Taylor getting into it as he's going to hold on. Mafus is arguing because they're pointing at Stevens, and Mafus is getting visibly upset. Slashing is going to be the call on Kyle Stevens. As now the Enforcer's going to go to the penalty kill. So Stevens goes to the box with 3:22 to go. And again, back to the Seneca Beverages penalty kill. Seneca Beverages reminding you not to get boxed by drinking responsibly. The Foos is trying to have a conversation with the other referee. He is not happy about this call whatsoever. As I'm not sure what is going on here. The Foos is clearly gesturing down to the corner, as he is not happy about the call whatsoever. Obviously, you don't want a penalty anywhere near this late in the period, and you can't blame Mafus for arguing, but I'll tell you as well, I've also never seen a referee's mind change due to a discussion.
Well, and the fact that the Enforcers have been rolling here as of late. We were talking about how the shots on goal were 20-10 at one point, and now it's 32-13.
2 minutes for roughing is the call now. So the Enforcers needed one more player. Sean Reynolds comes out. So it's going to be Mafus, Reynolds, Yarwood, and JT Walters trying to kill off this penalty. Moved right back to the leading scorer for Delaware, Marker. Marker guarded by Mafus, sent right in on Young as that one's deflected to the corner. Reynolds picks it up, he fires it down, and Marker will pick it up at the red line. Can't get it the whole 200 feet, but they get it out of the zone, so a brief victory there for the penalty kill. Again, puck is moved along. 2 has possession. 2 down low, right back to 2 along the hash marks. 2 looking, continues to wait. Puck is led away from there for a minute, and now it's moved right back down. Right back up to 2, top of the circle. Feeds it along to Charlie Penns. Penns winds up, fires, and that one goes just wide. As Young, I don't think he had a vision on that one. That one will go out of the zone. 2 unable to keep it. A minute 15 to go in in the penalty kill. 2:34 to go in period number 2. Enforcers finally got it tied back up, and it took a lot of work to get there. Certainly don't want to be chasing the game yet again. Puck is back in the zone. Marker has that one chopped away from him. Right back towards the boards and hits Marker's stick again. Puck is moved down low. As one more time, the Enforcers chasing after it, hits off the boards, right back up to 2, who hands off to Marker. Marker feeding it across for Charlie Penns. Penns winds up, fires, and that one goes up and over the shoulder of Joe Young, right back out to the point. Marker has it. Mafus staring down Marker as the puck is moved down lower again. Contrato drops it there for Marker. Marker winds, fires up and over the top of the net again. That one cleared out, and a beauty of a play by JT Walters to save an oddball opportunity, as now Whitcomb and Reynolds both chasing after it. Kept in the zone by Penns, worked back down low, right across, and they can't connect. As that one goes back out to Marker, Mafus will poke check it out of the zone, and with 15 seconds to go in the man advantage, Reynolds will get a line change. Reynolds the only one so far as Contrato moves it along to Marker. Marker drops to Contrato. Contrato winds, fires, saved by Young. Move back to the sideboards to 2, picked back off and pushed out, and Stevens gonna get out of the box now as Mafus chasing after Basie. So the penalty kill successful yet again. And Colby, we talked about special teams being important. Penalty kill has just about been on point. Had a couple of issues, but has looked good otherwise. Young in, firing, save again by Joe Young. Picked off by the Enforcers and turned back around. Skropoulos fires it out, picked up there by Cameron Yarwood, trying to feed it up, but again, it'll be picked off there by Basie. Contrato can't handle the pass. Skropoulos has it. Fed back forward again in the skates of Contrato, and now Basie picks it up in his own zone. 50 seconds remain in the second period. Move back along where Whitcomb picks up. Feeds it along. Tucker pushing it forward. Tucker still chasing after it. Pushes it into the zone further. Going back to play this time is going to be Brett Menton. Broken up again by Tucker. Tucker really having a solid offensive presence here late in the second period. As Colby pointed out earlier, we've had a little trouble hearing his name so far here tonight, but he's shown up now, and hopefully now will be the time he makes an impact. This one's going to go all the way down, but will not be icing as Bryce Martin goes back to play. Martin off the boards. That one deflects around. Municello puts it down deeper. That puck will go wide, and the Enforcers chasing after it. 14.6 to go, as now it's turned back around. Michaelis looking north. Michaelis takes a breath, holds on, passes across. Martin in, 4 seconds to go in the period, shoves it on net, and that's going to do it for period number 2, as Elmira will go to the locker room tied up 1-1. Heck of an effort by Sean Reynolds. He has certainly been impressive here today, Colby.
He's definitely been impressive, but as you'll hear on the intermission report, as soon as I finish writing it, the special teams, of course, also a big part.
And that will always be the case. Special teams can win you a championship. We'll have to see if the Enforcers are able to get things going again when we come back. We're headed for the second intermission. Enforcers tied 1-1 as Sean Reynolds comes up with the tying goal. We'll be back here on Mixler.com.
Enforcers at home Wednesday, November 27th, Friday, November 29th, and Saturday, November 30th. Wednesday, November 27th, it's free Jubilee Foods Thunderstick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's free Texas Roadhouse appetizers and skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
Extreme International Ice Racing returns to First Arena, Elmira, New York. Buckley's Automotive and Elmira Heat Treating present World Championship Ice Racing. Friday, January 10th and Saturday, January 11th. Come see Speedway bikes on ice going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds with no brakes. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW. Craziness with no brakes.
This is Glenn Patterson with the Elmira Enforcers. Did you know that you can celebrate your birthday here at First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers? Birthdays should be a memorable event, and with the Enforcers, you'll never forget it. Call today for more details at 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go.
It's second intermission interview time once again, and tonight it's the hot player to watch, Cameron Yarwood. Cameron, the game-winning goal of the night, and you quarterbacked the power play to their first goal of the season. What were your adrenaline levels at after scoring the eventual winner in the third?
I know. I just shot the puck and went in the net, and didn't really think much of it. And I'm just excited. I got the boys the go-ahead goal.
The power play now up to just a mere 4% on the year. What's got to be improved on to make the power play a threatening force?
I mean, we're trying to get it together here, and we're building off the last game, the last goal we scored, and yeah.
We're only 5 games into the season, but 3 of your games have been played against new expansion franchises. From a player standpoint, how does the expansion affect the competition levels in the league?
I mean, it's good for the league because on any given night, when you throw a bunch of misfits together, it's going to be a bunch of scrambly goals, and yeah, it's good.
Little things stick out to me on the ice, and something surely stuck out last night. The moves you make, the way you cut to the net, the driving force you are on the ice. How do these little pieces piece together your entire game?
I don't know. I just try and work hard on my game every single day, and I like to be a complete defenseman out there. Offensive. I like to contribute offensively and defensively.
A hot player to watch is a distinct honor up in our broadcast booth. After your performance last night, how do you plan to follow it up tonight?
I hope to follow up on another good performance with my team, and hopefully we lead to another victory.
Tonight's going to be one heck of a night as it's Military Appreciation Night and Team Poster Giveaway. You ready for this place to be rocking?
Oh yeah, woo!
Thanks, Cameron, for the wonderful interview. Good luck and go Enforcers.
Hi, this is Marion Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years' experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights, or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marion M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
Fresh off the Evan Davies tournament in Waverly, Hemp Geek is pleased to announce 2 new locations just inside the Arnett Mall in Big Flats, and now Hemp Geek of Owego celebrating their grand opening on Lake Street October 19th. Hemp Geek offers discounts to military veterans, first responders, and seniors, along with the lowest pricing in the CBD market. Hemp Geek, your #1 local CBD specialist in the Twin Tiers.
This is JT Walters with your Elmira Enforcers. I love getting out in the community here in Elmira, but I also know it can be hard to find things to do. We at the Enforcers have a great fix for that. With deals for groups of 10 or more, Enforcer games can be a great and affordable time for you and your friends to come out and enjoy downtown Elmira. Go Enforcers, go.
Great teammates can be hard to find. The ones who give their all. Every bit of heart, talent, and commitment. When you find those players, you know they're special. They're great athletes and friends. They can help your team win. So, should it matter that they're a certain race, a different religion, where their family is from, or whether they're straight or gay? At You Can Play, we think an athlete's contribution to a team sport matters more than any other way you might look at an athlete, from the perspective of a teammate or a fan. You Can Play is committed to making locker rooms safe and sports venues welcoming for all athletes, based on their heart, talent, and commitment, and nothing else. Because if you can play, you can play. Visit youcanplayproject.org for more information about how including all athletes for who they are encourages honesty and teamwork and makes all sports better. If you can play, you can play.
All right, well, second intermission report underway here, brought to you by Hemp Geek, the #1 source for hemp in New York State. All right, so we're going to take a quick look around the out-of-town scoreboard before we get going with that, though. We're going to remind you the newest family attraction in the Twin Tiers is about to open. Twinkletown at Bradley Farms, Elmira, opening November 15th. Twinkletown will feature nearly 300 professionally built holiday displays, fully lit with bright LED lights. Stay in your vehicle, drive as slow or as quick as you'd like. Enjoy the festive Christmas music as it plays on your radio, or listen to an Elmira Enforcers game. And as you take in the spectacular holiday light displays, that's Twinkletown at Bradley Farms, Elmira. Grand opening November 15th. So now a quick look around the out-of-town scoreboard. The Carolina Thunderbirds do the damage to the Danbury Hat-Tricks, 6-5. Carolina wins that one. In the third period, a little over halfway through, Mentor Icebreakers 10, Battle Creek Rumblebees 3. Out in Port Huron, late in the second period, 4-1 lead for the Port Huron Prowlers over those Columbus River Dragons. And in Danville, 20 minutes in the books, the Watertown Wolves 2, the Danville Dashers 1. So, now we head into my favorite part of the broadcast, where I get to thank all of you great fans, our amazing season ticket holders, our passionate fans that often recognize me out in the community. So thank you so much for that. It's beyond appreciated, especially now that I'm up on the board. So Colby, get ready for that. Now, once again, we'll be getting set to thank one of our most important people that contribute to this organization, our amazing sponsors. Every year you guys come out, you contribute. Your signs are hanging in here. Your signs are on the dasher board. We can't express our thank you. Without our sponsors, hockey would not be here in Elmira. So a big thank you. Able to ACS Facility Services, Airflow Manufacturing, Arc of Chemung, Arc of Steuben, Arnett Health, Bigfoot, Big Fox, Bill's Bullpen, Blaze Brockway, Bobby Rodriguez, Boulay Electric, Buckley's Automotive, Bully Hill, Callier's Barbecue, Carnival Valley, Cayuga Health, CC Alice Sons Incorporated, Chad R. Hammond, Checkpoint Gaming, Chemung Canal, Chemung County Chamber, Chemung County Fair, Cinnabons, Clemens Center, Corral Brands, Corning Community College, Corning Inc., CVS Distribution, DNR Cleaning, Dandy Mini-Marts, Dat Strength, Davis Ulmer, Dean's Construction, Disaster Restoration Recovery.
Dr. Dozad, Dresser Rain, Duncan, Elbow Room, Elcor, Elm Chevy, Elmira Corning Airport, Elmira Discipleship Ministries, Elmira Heat Treating, the Mighty Fine Elmira Pioneers, Elmira Structures, Employment Solutions, Itzelis Blue Cross, Phaeton Engineers, Ferraro Elmira Jazz Festival, Ferro Gas, Finger Lakes Healthcare FCU, Firestone First Heritage FCU, First Transit, FM Health, Fuel Energy Services, Futures Community Support, Goodrich Auto, GTP, H&R Black, Harding Jink, Hemke, Hillard, Holiday Inn, Hometown Barbecue, Hope Church, IBEW 1309, IBM, Ideal Motors.
PDR Catering, Pepper Pop, Pepsi, Pietro and Son Italian Restaurant, Quicker Printer, Raphael Gregorian, Rita's Italian Ice, Rob Sweet, Rodney Strange, Ryan's Distribution, Save-A-Lot, Skylar Hospital, Seneca Beverage, Shedden's Wholesale, Shepherd Hills, Silverline Construction, Simmons Rockwell, Slam and Jam and Barbecue, Snap Fitness, Sorge's Restaurant, Southern Tier Brewing Company, Southern Tier Logistics, STCF, Strayhaven, SPCA, Stuart Lazowski Excavation, Suburban Propane, SUNY Corning, Swan Morris, TNR Towing, Tanner's Paws, Teal's Tavern, Tioga County Fair, Tioga Downs, TMR Disposal, Tom South Corning Collision, Tower Broadcasting.
Ingersoll Rand, Jessica Schultz, LMT, Journey Fitness, Jubilee Foods, Kennedy Valve, Labella, law offices of Kevin P. Flynn, M&J Oil and Lube, McGuire Kia, Mansfield University, Marion Decker, McClure's Deli, McClure's, McHenry Funeral Home, Makita, Miller's Mowing, Minchin, DDS Family Dentistry, Morrison Heating, MV2 Foundation, New Britain Roofing, New York National Guard, Nuker, NY529 College Savings, NYSCO PBA, O'Brien's Inn, Overhead Door, PS by Brandy, Pisano's, Papa John's, Partners in Progress, Party Central, Party Time, Pasquale's Deli LLC, Pathways, Patrick's Water Hauling.
And to close it out, Town Barber and Beauty Shop, True Blue, Twinkletown, Valley Bowl, Vasco Brands, Visions FCU, Wegmans, Weiss Markets, WNY, WETM, William George, Williams, Yale's Music Shop, Yerkes Home Improvement, You Can Play, Young's Tires, and our great friends over at Ziff Law who bring us the veteran of the game every game for 30 home games. So we thank every single one of you for being a part of the Enforcers action this year and every year going forward. I truly, truly appreciate it, and I know everyone else here does as well. Now as we look ahead, period number 3 on the horizon here, Colby. Well, who's it going to be? Sean Reynolds has been the man. Tucker has been the hottest guy so far. Who's it going to be to put in the go-ahead goal?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, Delaware's been shutting down Tucker. Delaware's been shutting down Cameron Yarwood to this point so far tonight. So maybe it'll be somebody that's yet to crack the goal sheet this year, like JT Walters, Yanni Skropoulos. I can see it being that. Somebody that the Thunder aren't looking out for as much.
That could be. However, I think I'm going to put my money on the safe bet. I'm going to say Ahmed Mahfouz is going to get it done. The captain, really the heartbeat of this organization. He comes in and he makes an impact. And you talk about impact players. I don't know if there's a more impactful player than the captain of the Elmira Enforcers, Ahmed Mahfouz. As we head on through the second period intermission, we're going to take a look back at the second period. Colby, Let us know what you're thinking about the second period intermission.
Let's see if I can get that second.
As we're having a little trouble getting it to load up here. Let me get that going. But as we head forward into the third period of play, of course, one goal makes the difference here. As here we go. As now we'll get that pulled up for you. Go right ahead.
This one now stands as a 1-1 tie after 40 minutes of play. The Enforcers managed to find the game-tying goal off the stick of suddenly hot winger Sean Reynolds. Reynolds not the only big story of the second period as the Enforcers special teams come to play once again and give the Enforcers the sudden feeling that a weekend sweep is not out of the question. The second period may have featured more penalties than the first, but it was a much more clean performance from both teams on the ice. The Enforcers adding plenty of solid opportunities and plenty of shots to the board and finally breaking past Taylor tonight. The bright spot of the second for the Enforcers stands as the special teams and the performance of Young in net. Young stopping 17 of 18 is certainly a delight. And the Thunder stands as the fact they've been able to shut down Enforcer stars Brandon Tucker and Cameron Yarwood through this stage of the game. The key moving forward for both teams is, believe it or not, the 3 points at stake. 3 points will mean a lot come April, and a chance to add them tonight comes with some importance. It surely would make much more of an impact on the Enforcers and the Elmira crowd if the Enforcers can get the win and sweep the weekend series. It all comes down to the third period.
And we won't want to miss a second of that, as again, the Enforcers in control of their own destiny. We seem to say that a lot. Certainly don't want to see any extra hockey. As much as I love hockey, don't want to see any free hockey here tonight. Been a few too many of those early on in the season. The Enforcers they have the composition of a dominant team, and it's time that team starts to show itself, and especially here at home, which is, I mean, you look at the records of teams that are successful. They make the barn a hard place to come into, and that is exactly what the Enforcers need to do. Right now at home, they're 1-2, 0-0. I mean, that's not a place that I'm too afraid to come into if I'm an opposing team, especially a brand new team, considering the next team coming in, the Danbury Hat-Tricks, who we're going to see in Danbury literally a week from today will be game 2 of that series out there.
And Danbury's been having some success early on this season, so it should definitely affect how Enforcers fans are thinking right now. Danbury beating Carolina in that infamous ceremony game you talked about last night. Obviously, there were some troubles with that game, but Danbury ultimately winning that one. And it looks like right now we have a final for tonight. It's Carolina beating Danbury 6-5.
But that being said, and you have to pay attention to this more than anything else, Henry Dill got the start in both games. Henry Dill was beat by the Danbury Hat-Tricks, something the Enforcers were unable to do on opening weekend. They were shut out 4-0 over the course of a Friday-Saturday affair.
And the fact that he lost to the Danbury Hat-Tricks, that should make it even more huge, big, whatever word you want to put in that context.
For sure, and when you think about it too, the memory is a long-lasting memory. Carolina has done some damage to the Enforcers, and it's happened last year. It happened again early this season. Now it's going to be about finding a way to retribution and proving to themselves that they are ready to win that championship this season, and it's a long road ahead. You're going to have to not only get through the regular season healthy, which is by far the toughest challenge, but then to go into a playoff series, and you have to win not one like you did last year against Watertown. You have to win 2 just to get to the championship, and then a 3rd to win the title. So this is getting a little bit closer to the Stanley Cup Finals, and I'll tell you what, we talked about it earlier. A couple NHL teams that the two of us support are having good nights, but it's a long season, and you know the points right now. I'm taking it from the Coyotes last year. They were out by 4 points. They were alive into the final weekend, and they weren't able to make the cut. So the 2 points in November are huge. 3 points in this league could be even more so.
We'll look at the St. Louis Blues last year. Finish the 2018 part of the schedule and the bottom of the league, dead last in the league. And then, of course, they climb back into it. They get into one of those wild card spots in the Western Conference, and ultimately they go and win the title last year.
That's very true. So it's all about getting the points. And, even when they were losing, they were getting the overtime points. They were getting those little points that made a difference. And now the Enforcers need to find a way to get their points. So we're going to head for our final break here as we will take a minute before we head back for period number 3. We'll be right back here on Mixler.com.
The Elmira Enforcers at home Wednesday, November 27th, Friday, November 29th, and Saturday, November 30th. Wednesday, November 27th, it's free Jubilee Foods Thunderstick Night. Friday, November 29th, it's free Texas Roadhouse Kids Meals. And Saturday, November 30th, it's free Texas Roadhouse appetizers and skate with your favorite Enforcers players. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
Extreme International Ice Racing returns to First Arena, Elmira, New York. Buckley's Automotive and Elmira Heat Treating present World Championship Ice Racing, Friday, January 10th and Saturday, January 11th. Come see Speedway bikes on ice going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds with no brakes. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW. Craziness with no brakes.
All right, and the Enforcers are heading back to the ice, and that's the applause you hear as Elmira getting set for period number 3. And you know what that means, Colby. It's time for the opening face-off.
This opening face-off brought to you by Rob Sweet's State Farm Agency on Market Street in downtown Corning, or visit him on the web where you can bundle home, auto, and life for a sweet hat trick at sweetrob.com.
And there it is, as once again the Enforcers getting set. Period number 3, 20 long minutes. Talked about it last night. I don't get to say it tonight. We don't have the lead, but but hopefully the Enforcers can find a way to play. I'll be honest. They start in the second period is exactly what the Enforcers need to do here in the third. It's going to need to be that quick, fast-paced, everything on net. 32-18, the shots on goal. The Enforcers with just 15 shots in this third period, and I say just like that's not a big number. It's a huge number, but 15 shots in this period, they'll equal out what they did last night, and they may need all 15 shots in order to give themselves a shot to beat Aaron Taylor here tonight. All right. Well, big thank you to all of our great Military Appreciation Night sponsors. Southern Tier Logistics, Shedden's Wholesale, Marion Decker Agency, Hemp Geek, Vertex, Wild Wolf, Hollow, Campbell Supply Company, Service Master, Benedict's Bus, and CC Alice & Sons. All right, Kyle Stevens getting set to go. He's got Tucker and Mahfouz out there with him. Certainly a line that could be productive. Basie has the draw. Passes across to Charlie Pence Jr. That one broken up by Kyle Stevens. Feeds back to Mahfouz. Mahfouz in the slot. Shot. Loose. And it's still loose, and they blew the whistle. Mahfouz looking around. Can't believe it. Taylor fumbling a little bit there with that first shot. As now, the 50-50 has been drawn. As Tanner's Paws 50-50 has been drawn, and now that's right in front shot, and Stevens can't bury it, still flipping it towards the net. Mahfouz with it, and picking it off. Whitcomb passes across to Patterson. Patterson fires, deflected, and that one is up and off the netting. Trying to see where that one had gone. So again, now Enforcer's birthday shout out. Harrison, who was in our booth a little bit earlier, is up there now. We'll see if he gets some camera time. So, big happy birthdays in the house, 4 of them tonight, as now Mahfouz lines up for the draw yet again. He waits. The wind, as here we go off. Tucker has possession. He feeds it down low back behind the net. Kyle Stevens will pick up and play, moves it out to Mahfouz. Mahfouz fires it back to the point. Whitcomb tries to send it back around. Stevens will pick it back up behind the net, feeding it out, looking for Mahfouz. Bounced off a skate there, and now it'll be moved out of the zone. So far so good for the Enforcers here in the first minute of the third period. That puck will bounce around, and again, the Enforcers having to battle for it. Tucker pushes it off the sideboards. Still with it. Brandon Tucker into the zone. Finds his way through, fights it across. Stevens shot, and that one kept out. Aaron Taylor, I'll tell you what, he's been something here to this weekend. 55 seconds into the third period. As once again, right back out there, Michaelis, Reynolds, and Harrison. Certainly has been a dangerous line pairing here tonight. Reynolds with a quick shot, rebound shot, another shot, and a goal! Andrew Harrison with the bow and arrow celebration. 1 minute into the third period, and the Enforcers put themselves up 2-1. Andrew Harrison celebrating here. That is his second goal of the year. So a Reynolds shot, a Reynolds rebound shot, and then Andrew Harrison. Harrison may have the game winner, but right now, I'll tell you what, first star of this game, Sean Reynolds. Quite a performance here tonight. As once again, puck is moved back around, fed across. Played out, and moved along again. Puck is dumped in, and Yarwood giving chase. Yarwood dumps it around the boards, right up to Municello. Trying to fight it off. Harrison gets it out of the zone. It's deflected back and off of the Delaware offense. So 18:42 to go. Enforcers up 2-1. Shots on goal 38-18. So not a ton of rubber thrown at netminder Mighty Joe Young, but he has stopped him when he's needed to. Here's the replay. Reynolds with a shot, another shot, and a Harrison backhand to bury it. Hussey pushes the puck forward. Again, the puck is picked up here by the Enforcers defense, moved back out to center ice. Alex Basie has possession now. Basie passes across. Puck is moved along again, right back into the zone. On the stick of McIntosh, fired. Young tries to cover it up, couldn't extend far enough as Patterson trying to turn it back around. Fed right back out in front. A shot, a save by Young, loose in front, shot over the top of the net. And Delaware coming oh so close to tying it back up. Basie having some trouble handling it out there at the blue line. Back out to Basie. Hops over and outside the zone. Basie harassed quickly by Yanni Skropolis. Skropolis moving it along. And Skropolis being held up there by Basie, no call. As once again the puck moved off the boards, right back as Vortanoff couldn't handle it. Now it's moved back by Skropolis and dumped into the zone. Chopped down there by Kieran Devine. Devine passes it up. Hussey poke checks it through. Hussey with possession. Drop back along again. Bryce Martin across to Patterson. Patterson ahead to Gavin Yates. Yates into the zone. Poke check there. Brendan Hussey taken down. He's going to draw a penalty here, so the Enforcer's going to get 2 minutes back on the man advantage. Move back down. Yates chasing after it. Yates looking, cycling his own way around. Passes across to Skropolis. Skropolis feeds it across. Finds Mafus. Mafus across to Patterson. Patterson drops there looking for Skropolis. Skropolis has possession. Drops it down for Gavin Yates, and that'll be touched as Yates couldn't touch up. So the Enforcers go back to the Labella power play, reminding you we are powered by partnership.
Powered by partnership.
Certainly are.
Dilly dilly, the board says.
Dilly dilly, the board says. That's for sure. So the penalty drawn, going to the box, Grossen Vortanoff, and the Enforcers going back to work here. As once again, 2 minutes up on the boards, the Enforcers desperate to get the power play going. Here's Sean Reynolds. Reynolds lines up, face off, push to the sideboards. Michaelis sends it back to Mafus. Mafus back down to Michaelis. Michaelis taking his time, down low, sent back up to the point now. Mafus back down low to Michaelis, right back to Mafus. Working that far side board angle for some reason as Mafus still stick handling, right out in front. Reynolds with a shot, blocker down by the netminder who then jumps on top of it. Mafus took a swipe at it but couldn't get anything extra. A minute 38 to go on the man advantage. There's a couple ways to look at this if you're the Elmira Enforcers. One of the ways, of course, you're looking to score a goal. The other way, even if you don't score a goal, you kill 2 minutes of time. As every minute is important, as the Enforcers learned last night. Puck one back, Cameron Yarwood keeps the zone. Yarwood right into the slot. Harrison sends it over to Reynolds. Back to Yarwood. Yarwood across to Mafus. Mafus having some trouble handling the puck now. He sends it back to Yarwood at the top. Yarwood fires, deflected, and saved there by Taylor as he takes no risks there. Hard to blame him. Taylor's faced a lot of rubber this weekend. His next shot will put him over 80. well over 80 actually, 47 yesterday. His next shot gives him over 87 shots on the weekend. That's an impressive work for a goaltender there.
It's quite a lot.
As that face-off blown, they're going to send Gavin Yates back to the bench, as they look like he was trying to take Yarwood off. So that was a very late attempted change there, as that's going to kick Tucker out of the face-off circle. Dustin Skinner to take the draw. He wins it back. Mafus keeps the zone. Mafus taking his time, passes it down low. Patterson right back up to Mafus. Fires it in front, and again a save there by Taylor. This is more reminiscent of the power play we saw last season, as now Yates comes out. We'll see who he's going to take off. It looks like they're going to remove Yarwood. So, I've seen substitution. No, there we go. Patterson coming off. All right. So Glenn Patterson goes off the ice. I was going to say, I've seen one defenseman before on a power play. I've never seen no defenseman on a power play. As Mafus takes the puck back, circles it around, looking, firing it down low, chopped away and all the way down, as that was the 40th shot of the game. So, Elmira really putting up the numbers here against Aaron Taylor, but they would love to get a little bit more of a cushion here, as in comes Tucker. Tucker drops there from Mafus, but it hits his own skate. Mafus keeps it in the zone momentarily, and now that'll be flipped out. 40 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Joe Young feeds it along. Circling back behind the net, Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood looking north, drops it there for Gavin Yates. Here comes Gavin Yates. Yates into the zone, taking it himself, looking out in front, circles the net again, and again feeds it back to Mafus. Mafus firing it along into the skates, can't break it up again as Mafus wrapping around, goes behind the net, drops again for Gavin Yates. Yates heading towards the front of the net, that one's chopped away from him. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage. Yarwood with it. Yarwood feeds it down low. Tucker shot and a save there by Taylor. 6 seconds remain. The Enforcers may get one more shot, but like I said before, Colby, you're killing 2 minutes a time. That's the positive. You're up 2-1.
6 seconds to go. And then you see up there, bowl with the Enforcers tomorrow.
You can, right there at Valley Bowling in Chemung, or excuse me, on North Chemung Street in Waverly, New York. 1:30 to 4:30, November 10th. That is tomorrow afternoon. Come out and meet your favorite Enforcer and bowl a few frames. And if they win, possibly have a drink. As once again, puck is kept in the zone. Harrison chops at it. Still moving it along. That puck is kept as Vortinov is out and free. Patterson goes right back to play. Vortinov was called to the bench. As that one comes back, Reynolds playing it off. He keeps possession, moving it back to center ice. Fed off here as Reynolds still trying to push it forward. As that puck's moved along, right back into the zone. Here comes McIntosh firing. Deflected into the corner. Wickham chasing after it too, moves it back towards the point, and unable to get there was Brett Menton. Menton loses possession, trying to get around. Harrison has his glove and stick taken away from him there as he tried to convert. As that one's moved along again by Reynolds. And Sean Reynolds, tell you what, if he's not first star of the game, I don't know who is. As that one's chopped down again by Elmira. That puck moved in. Two has that one taken away from him. Patterson moves it along, right back towards the neutral zone, picked off, and here comes Contrato. Contrato fires it towards the net. It goes wide. Two picks it back up. Two right back down to Contrato, right back out in front. And again, Delaware with that tic-tac-toe speed passing, but the physicality aspect has lent the game towards Elmira. As now that's tipped in offside. So with 14:06 to go here in period number 3, Elmira a little bit frozen at 41 shots. 6 more will equal their total from yesterday. You know they wouldn't mind getting 50 shots on goal either here with 14:06 left to go.
Yeah, and they only need 9 more to do it. So if that's my math, that's what, 14, 1 shot per 1.5 minutes.
That is accurate. As now again, Tucker wins it back. Gotten off to JT Walters. Mafus will tip it. That will get deep in the zone. Kyle Stevens chasing after it. He goes after it behind the net. Gets possession as he battles back behind there. Mafus right back out in front. He was looking for Tucker. Tucker playing way up the ice though. Hoggood was the one flipping it towards the Delaware zone. Now flipped out again. Firing. Saved by Joe Young, and a big one there as Joe Young picks up the puck and skates it away. Not taking any chances. 23 shots by the Thunder in this one, and Joe Young has had a stellar performance. Joe Young could get some consideration here as well. the way he stood up here in the second and third period after giving up that questionable first goal. That one comes back out. Contrado has it, firing, and that one bounces, went off a man in front, as now the Enforcers will get it out of the zone. Tucker couldn't settle it down. He's still chasing it as Stevens moves it back along. Mafus will shove it into the offensive zone. Basie right back out. Masters up. Marker with it now over the blue line and firing. That one goes down into the corner where Masters will pick up. Masters has it, feeds it back to the point to Basie. Basie back down. Marker lets it go. Contrado back behind the net now. Puck fed out, shot over the top of the net, bounces up the sideboards. Basie picks up, firing again, deflected wide of the net, and the Enforcers pick it back up. Yarzi has it, moving it back along. Knocked down there for Mafus. Mafus chasing. He's got Kyle Stevens right on front, shot a goal! Kyle Stevens buries it as he takes the monkey off his back and throws it into the air. So, Ahmed Mafus to Kyle Stevens. What a beauty. As 12:52 remains now, the Enforcers go up 3-1. That's Stevens' first goal of the season. And he is thrilled. Taking big embraces from everybody, as now Stevens wants the puck. So now they'll have to go get a puck. Stevens has put this away. Here's the replay. Right back to Stevens in front, right through the 5-hole. And Taylor, who has been so good all night, has his pocket picked there, as now the Enforcers trying to force it back out. Patterson gets it to center ice. 12:44 to go in the third period of regulation. And again, Joe Young has been fantastic here tonight. That puck flipped out, and souvenir for a lucky fan right down there by the glass. 12:35 to go in period number 3. Well, Colby, this is exactly what I said the Enforcers needed to do in period number 3.
And they're doing it.
They are. They're coming right out, and they're playing hard. Shot right by Joe Young, but luckily a little bit wide of the net. Christian Whitcomb laying the body on. And again, the puck turned right back around. Picked up here, Patterson. Patterson taking his time. Passes off to Gavin Yates. Yates moving around. He gets into the zone. Looking, firing, and that one will be shouldered away there by the Delaware netminder Taylor. Going back to play it is Patterson. Just about 12 minutes left to go. Enforcers now 43 shots on the evening. As that one's picked off by Yates. Yates turning it back around. Now he doubles back as 2 was standing right there. Takes it back behind his net. The Enforcers looking around. Waiting. Trying to find a lane. 2 ducked in there and almost picked the pocket of Gavin Yates. As out the other way comes Christian Whitcomb. Whitcomb in on the rush. Winds up, fires over the top of the net. That one will bounce to the sideboards and be moved down. This one's going to go all the way. So they get the line. Hold on. They're going to call that an icing. 2 guys scurried off for Delaware. As once again, they're going to bring back Pens onto the ice surface. Delaware only has 4 guys on there now. You'd think they'd want them all back on there. Don't want to start yourself short-handed. Not a good way to go. As once again, Elmira trying to take advantage of an icing here. Michaelis out there with Harrison and Reynolds. See what Hudson Michaelis can do. This longish break here, definitely to the advantage of Delaware, getting them a breather off of that icing. Reynolds fires. That one will get to the blue line and out. So now Delaware will get that line change they wanted. Right back to JT Walters up the boards, back to Sean Reynolds. Reynolds flips it into the zone, and Harrison will chase it back down. Basie gets there first. Basie up to Vortinov. Vortinov fires it across. Again, trying to get into the zone. Delaware stays onside. Vortinov now brings it in onside. Big hit there as the puck is stumbled and bumbled around out there as the puck is moved back to the point. Fired in again. Yarwood knocks it down. Picked off by Sean Reynolds. Right back out to Michaelis. Michaelis trying to dump it. Goes off a knee pad there as once again Devine turns the puck around. Basie has it. Right back over to Patterson. The Enforcers happy to play this style for a little bit. Hits off the stick of Ahmed Mafus, and that's going to be covered up by the netminder as Mafus was looking to get sprung. As now here's the diamond collision of the game. See which one they went with tonight here, Colby. As there's the hit from Christian Whitcomb. As again, woo, big hit. 10:43 to go. The Enforcers win the ensuing faceoff. Puck is moved back around. Kyle Stevens will pick up. Stevens battling for it. Still with possession. Right back out in front. Tucker couldn't handle the pass as now Masters turns it back out the other way. Right onto the stick of Ryan Marker. 10.5 to go. Shot saved by Joe Young. So Joe Young interested in showing that yesterday was a fluke. And it won't be happening again. So, Marker and Stevens to match up again in the faceoff circle. 10.5 to go. Puck moved around. Bryce Martin right back up. He finds Mafus. Mafus over to Stevens. Stevens cuts through into the zone. Puck still loose. Right back to Stevens. Feeds it out. Tucker shot and a save by Taylor. Tucker and Mafus battling for the puck there in the slot, Colby. As now we've got the look ahead. The Danbury Hat-Tricks coming to town the 27th, 29th, and 30th. The final games for the Enforcers at home. Well, the final games for the Enforcers in the month of November, 27th, 29th, and 30th. Come spend your holiday with the Elmira Enforcers. Mafus right back out in front, fires a shot. The stick down was able to stop it by Taylor as this puck is flipped back in. Patterson chasing. That will be whistled for icing as Patterson beat 2 to the puck. And with 10:01 to go, Enforcers will get another offensive zone faceoff. Well, it's now official. 47 shots yesterday, 44 shots today. That will put him over 90 shots on the weekend. Aaron Taylor's earned his way back to Delaware for sure. As now, once again, puck is poke checked through there by Mafus. Delaware moving it along. Young has it. Young heading out of the zone. Over the red line, over the blue line. Young still coming towards it, firing it towards his namesake there in goal as Joe Young comes up with a big save. That takes us to the media timeout. Enforcers will be back here on Mixler.com.
Celebrate your birthday here at First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers. Birthdays should be a memorable event, and with the Enforcers, you'll never forget it. Call today for more details at 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go.
Hi, this is Marion Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marion M. Decker Agency LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, and with that, the media timeout is wrapping up. Colby, the Enforcers doing exactly what they needed to do so far. Now they just got to finish.
They've definitely been piecing together everything here, coming out of the locker room after the second period and adding 2 quick goals, and after the midway point, leading this one 3-1. It's quite the excitement.
Certainly is, as now puck is dropped. Move back along. Basie dumps it back in, and going back to play will be Whitcomb. Whitcomb pinned to the boards. Jordan Clark getting in there as Delaware comes away with the puck. Now it's moved back along again. Young right back up against the boards as Christian Whitcomb going to battle. Picked off, right back to Young. Young back out to the point. Firing shot, saved by Joe Young. And some pushing and shoving in front of the net won't go unnoticed as Whitcomb pulling his man off of the scrum. A helmet goes flying there. I believe that's Young's helmet. Whitcomb having words. Looks like that's with Evgeny Demon. As now Mafus and Young getting shoved, and now Mafus and Basie going back and forth. If Alex Basie wants to go, Ahmed Mafus is not going to turn down the opportunity. Mafus is hollering at Basie. All right, let's see if this one's going to erupt here. Faceoff comes to the left-hand side as Mafus mocking Basie down there. This is going to get physical, I have a feeling. Let's see. Once the puck drops, they're still barking. Puck is dropped. Wickham sends it back to the point. Fired. Young makes the save. Clark has it now. Clark looking north. Has that one chopped away by two. Has that one deflected. Knocked down in front. Another shot and a goal. So big goal for Evgeny Demon. Basie chirping at Mafus as he goes to celebrate the goal. Demon gonna get the credit for it. 9:09 to go. And we talked about it before there, Colby. The media timeouts have not been the friend of the Elmira Enforcers.
Well, they were in the first period. That first period, they were strong after the media timeout, but after the second media timeout, it didn't seem things went their way for a few minutes, and obviously things aren't going their way right now.
Well, got to find a way to turn it around. 1-goal lead yet again. Michaelis back out there, wins the draw. Right back to Yarwood. Yarwood looking. Fed across. Walters passes across to Yarwood. Yarwood's pass intercepted by Contrato. Contrato firing wide of the net. Picked up there by Andrew Harrison. Harrison feeds it across. Michaelis into the zone. Had the stick chopped away from Reynolds yet again by Charlie Penns. And JT Walters giving it to the official. So the Enforcers were offsides anyway, but now we'll see what happens with 8:45 to go. Colby, it's a 1-goal game, and with 44 shots on net, the Enforcers have been unable to put it away. Puck is moved up, flipped towards the blue line, but sent all the way back in. This is going to go for icing as the Enforcers go all the way back down to the offensive zone, and we'll get a line change. Quickly bringing out Hussey, Yates, and Skinner. You know, would love to see Skinner net one here. It's been a rough road for Dustin Skinner. The only goal he's had is in the shootout a week ago today, and those don't count. As now, Hussey in to take the draw. Puck is pushed back along. Hussey still battling for it. Charlie Penns has possession. Penns still pushing it. Hussey trying to get in there, as now the puck rolls out. This is picked up by Brett Menton. Menton off the boards to Contrato. Broken up by Gavin Yates. Yates into the zone. Here comes Yates, still cutting through, firing over the top of the net. Skinner has it. Right back to the point again. Passed across. Glenn Patterson. Patterson fires that one up, and that one just hit the netting. Really thought the fans up there were going to get a chance for something. As I'm noticing now up there to the left-hand side here, Colby, the lockup replacing the old dog pound over there on section, I believe that's 116. Patterson has it right off the draw. Drops there for Gavin Yates. Yates trying to fight his way through. Picks up the puck. Circling back down. Now he cuts towards the slot. Still coming through. Gavin Yates back to Patterson. Patterson right back to Yates. Yates in the slot. That puck bounces on him. Yates still with it. Fighting his way through. Yates drops it down low looking for Skinner. Skinner now has it. He fights it off the boards, but no further, as here comes Delaware back the other way. 2 with it with 7:40 left to go. Fires it across. Young had that one broken up. Bryce Martin gets in the middle. Trying to shove it out of there is Brendan Hussey. Push back again. 2 still with it. Has it taken off his stick. Fired, and that one will be blockered down by Joe Young. A penalty upcoming. Hook is going to be the call. And Young and Hussey going at it. Dustin Skinner looks like the guilty party. He's going to go to the penalty box. So the Enforcers go to a Seneca Beverages penalty kill. Seneca Beverages reminding you not to get boxed by drinking responsibly. Big 2 minutes here. Enforcers have to kill it. So, telling the fans to put their hands up in the air. Feel free to join us at home, as they're not going to let 2 get off the ice. They're going to kick out the late change there, as Delaware tried to get Evgeny Demon back on the ice. So Demon heading back for the bench, as once again, Enforcers trying to get something started here. They need to shut the door. So they'll kick out Delaware out of the faceoff dot. Young comes in to take the draw. Young wins the draw as 2 has the puck. Puck is moved back to the point. Contrato has that one broken up, pushed out of the zone, fed ahead. Here comes Kyle Stevens. Stevens in on a break and hooked up there. No call on that, as Stevens was hooked up and pulled down, but out the other way comes Marker. Marker into the zone, firing from the slot. Saved by Joe Young. Mafoose picks it off. Mafoose up the boards. Contrato handles it, knocks it back down. Again, the puck loose. Young battling for it along the boards. Young battling with Mafoose. Mafoose taken down there, as now again, wind up sent all the way down, and the Enforcers will get a line change. Mafoose is very upset as no penalty was called there as he was dragged down. As now again, skating up is Marker. Still a minute 10 to go in the man advantage. Marker throws it around the boards. Contrato has it now. Contrato looking towards the back to Pens. Pens fires, blocked down there. JT Walters knocks it down. He fires it up the boards. Contrato keeps it in the zone. Moving it back down. Young has it, fires, saved by Joe Young. So Joe Young coming up big again. 6:17 to go here in period number 3. Not the way the Enforcers wanted to wind down this one, but they're going to be battling all the way through.
But you know what we've yet to talk about tonight?
What's that?
The first win in Elmira Enforcers history came a year ago tonight.
To the day, that is accurate. It was in Port Huron. I was there. As now once again, Taylor moving it back around. Applying pressure there, Hudson Michaelis. That's a pretty aggressive jump there while on the shorthanded side of things, as now Marker has it. Marker trying to get around Sean Reynolds, and they'll just dump that one in. So Patterson turns around, goes back for it, shoves it up the boards. That one's going to go 200 feet. So 25 seconds to kill for the Elmira Enforcers, and so far, so good. 20 seconds remain here in the man advantage for Delaware, as Contrato trying to put the puck into his offensive zone. Poke checked away from Marker, right back to Contrato, right back to Marker. Reynolds right on him. Reynolds tries to lift the stick, can't get there. Now Masters being roughed up by Christian Whitcomb. Masters still battling off, picked off by Patterson, fed up. Skinner will catch it down. Now 3-on-1 back the other way. Michaelis has it, looking across Reynolds, and he can't bury it. Just had it a little bit under, as now it goes to Skinner. Skinner again, shot and a goal! Sean Reynolds! Sean Reynolds with a beauty as he gives the Enforcers their 2-goal lead back. As once again, big game for the Enforcers here, looking for a win.
There's 5:08 left to play in the period.
As now 4-2, the deficit Delaware has to make up, and they lost a big advantage on that power play, as now Tucker drops there for Yarwood. Over to Walters, back up to Mafoose. Mafoose trying to break out of the zone, under 5 minutes to go. As once again, puck jumps the stick of Taylor. Tucker has it now, right at Tucker and in the net! Tucker buries it, and the goal is gonna go in as they take Kyle Stevens' stick away. Tucker continues to ride this hot streak. Unbelievable.
Just as I finished writing the first post, I gotta start a second one.
Well, the Enforcers will take it. Brandon Tucker now has 5 goals in his first 4 games with the Elmira Enforcers. 4:47 to go in period number 3. As Bad Boys continues to blare here at First Arena. Unbelievable. As now, once again, puck is moved along. It's now 5-2 here in the third period. And we saw yesterday, Delaware put up a 4 spot. The Enforcers have now done exactly the same thing. Quite a way to go here for the Enforcers. This is sent all the way down. This will not be icing, apparently, as Walters picks it up, slams it off the boards. 4.5 to go. Puck fed out. Move back along. As again, the puck is moved. Back up to Gavin Yates. Still fed through. Hussey with it, drops to Yates. Yates with it now, over the red line. Over the blue line, Yates in the offensive zone. He circles. Yates trying to find his good luck charm. He'd love to get off the schneid he's on. Yates picks up the puck, still tied up though. His stick is held, and there's going to be a penalty upcoming. As Yates, clearly frustrated. And now the Enforcers are going to get a power play. So Elmira is going to get a chance to go back on the advantage. As one more time, it's going to be Daniel DiCristofaro, who has, again, not been mentioned too much here tonight, Colby. As now, here we go to a power play. 3:57 to go, 2 minutes on the board. As once again, here it comes, off of the face-off. Another penalty upcoming here, as here comes a fight. Basie and Mafous gonna go at it. Basie ready, Mafous ready. Basie staring down Mafous. Mafous and Basie both going over, and Mafous connects with a one punch and takes Basie down. As that is an easy one for Ahmed Mafous, who's got his hands up, showing that he's not doing anything. And now he's gonna take a wild ride, as they're not even gonna take him to the penalty box. He's gonna go right off the ice. And he's telling the fans to get up and get loud, as Ahmed Mafous has a heck of a game. As once again, the Elmira Enforcers up 5-2. Still a minute 55 in man advantage time. Also, I believe the original penalty was going to go against Basie, so I believe the Enforcers are about to be 5-on-3 on a Labella power play. Reminding you, we are powered by Partnership. So some more discussion here as Contrato, Yarwood, and half the Delaware bench having a discussion. As now, look at this. Head coach Brent Clark pointing at somebody on the bench, saying, get on the ice and let's go. If you're going to go, oh, and here comes right onto the ice. Clark comes onto the ice. And Clark says, if you want to go, let's go. As Clark still having a chirp session there. As now, here comes the second man to the box. I would have to assume Clark is going to go to the box now too, though. No, they're just going to run him. So Clark gets run. No, Clark is being told to go to the locker room, I think. As they're... I thought that, yeah. All right, so Clark being sent to the locker room. Still more discussion here. I'm trying to see the number on who's getting going there. It appears to be Vortinoff, as Clark doesn't get to go. So they're calling for the officials. I believe, as I said, I believe the Enforcers still have a 5-on-3 power play here, Colby. So, they're trying to make sense of this here. As once again, the Enforcers, as I said, at the moment, looking up at the board, it's a 5-on-3 power play. So, all right, waiting for the explanation here. As there's 4 guys on the ice right now for the Delaware Thunder. Should be 5-on-3 with 3:52 to go, and hopefully the Enforcers can take advantage. As the discussion continues. So there's 2 penalties on the board. 5-on-3 should be the call. As I'm still seeing 4 white jerseys on the ice. Still 4 jerseys on the ice. As they've got to be looking for an explanation here. As, hold on a second here. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, they're going to take Patterson off. And off the ice finally goes Kieran Devine. No, Devine is going back out there. It is 5-on-3. So who are they going to send off? Contrato? Okay, Contrado finally going off the ice. Colby, this is unbelievable so far. Just get it straightened out and let's drop the puck. Here we go. So Yarwood has possession. Yarwood winds, fires, and an easy save there for Taylor. He saw that one all the way. Although good net front presence there by the Enforcers. Nothing? All right, well, Enforcers going right back to it. 1:50 left on the 5-on-3 as the Enforcers win that one back. Yarwood has possession. Yarwood across to Reynolds. Reynolds taking his time, passes to Yarwood. Yarwood dumps it down lower. Broken up there. Michaelis has possession. Back to the point, Yarwood across. Reynolds over the top of the net as once again, fed out, back down low. Michaelis right back. Reynolds, Yarwood fires, blocker down again. Reynolds still has possession, feeds it across, right back across, shot to goal! Hudson Michaelis scores, and it's a 6-2 game on the 5-on-3 power play, and that'll increase the percentage. As Elmira goes to work, and they bury another one. Taylor has his helmet off down there, wondering if he got knocked into or something. As once again, the Enforcers still have 1:27 to go on the man advantage. So a 6-2 lead. There's the replay. Hudson Michaelis buries one there as he gets his second of the year. Straight across, right off the skate. As Taylor asking for some help here with his helmet, I believe. I'm not sure what's going on. As now, the backup netminder are going to come in here. So they've driven Taylor from the game. Morgan Hudson going to get his first shot to see what the Enforcers can do. So it was a close game through 40 minutes, much like last night's game was not close through 40 minutes. And the final 20 minutes going to decide this one here, Colby. As Hussey loses the draw, sent right back down by Delaware. Joe Young plays the puck back behind. 1:20 to go in the man advantage. You know the Enforcers would love to strike again. Puck is moved along. Skropolis couldn't handle the pass, fed back up. Broken up, and Devine moves it up to Contrado. Contrado winds, fires, blocker down there again by Joe Young. Marker picks up, fed back along, and here comes Wickham. Wickham fires ahead to Glenn Patterson. Patterson feeds it towards the opposite corner. Skropolis has it now, feeds it back behind to Gavin Yates. Yates still with it, looking, moves it down low again. Picked up here by Hussey, right to the back. Wickham with it, right back to Hussey. 44 seconds to go on the man advantage. Yates still with it. He sends to Hussey, right back to Yates. Yates fires, and it goes wide. Skropolis with it now. 36 to go on the man advantage. That one's chopped out by Contrado. Contrado coming back. Wickham is one-on-one with him. Lays the body on. Contrado now looking out in front. Fires off the side of the net. And again, Delaware pressuring here as Joe Young has possession of the puck and makes the stop with 21 seconds to go with the man advantage. So 6-2. Now we get to see the hot shot of the game. And well, we have a break here. Let me remind you, Enforcers fans, don't forget the next time you need a day to refresh and unwind, stop on down to the Town Barber and Beauty Shop. Ladies need a new haircut or color refreshed? Nancy is your gal. Men need a face shave with hot lather? Mary is the master barber for you. Need a mani or pedi? Donna will have your hands and feet smooth and soft in no time. Aches and pains? Jessica will help soothe those sore muscles with a therapeutic massage. The Town Barber and Beauty Shop is your one-stop shop offering something for everyone. Stop in today, 1128 Broadway in Southport at the across from the Value Home Center. Going off the ice, Daniel DiCristofaro. And this has been an intense period of play here. As again, the Enforcers up 6-2. 2 minutes and 13 seconds away from getting their first weekend sweep of the season. And it will come here at First Arena. Puck is fed back. Yarwood has possession. Yarwood taking his time as the power play just about expired here. Michaelis has it, feeds it along. Skinner has it now. Waits, fires it down as once again the penalty has come off, and that is the end of the power play. Yarwood trying to push the puck forward, still keeps possession, moves it along. Cameron Yarwood with a big showing, as once again, Patterson has it. Just about a minute, almost down to 90 seconds to go, as now Skinner deflects it back out to center ice. Played off back, as again, Delaware trying to set it up in their own zone. Fed back through. Here comes Municello, the former enforcer. Broken up by Skinner. Fed back out. This is going to go all the way down and in on net, as Morgan Hudson will play the puck for the first time. 49 shots on goal for the Enforcers here tonight. As that one's deflected, chopped at. Yates can't get possession. Turn the other way. Shot saved by Joe Young and fed off the boards. So again, the puck fed back up to the point. Wind up, shot, deflected down and into the corner. Love to see the Enforcers go down and get an actual shot on net here against the backup netminder, as now Gavin Yates has it. Yates looking up ice, takes it over the red line, comes in. Here's Yates coming in all alone, looking, firing, goal! Gavin Yates beats the backup netminder, Morgan Hudson, as the Enforcers go up 7-2. And one of the Delaware Thunder just broke their stick over the goalpost, as the Enforcers put in another one on shot number 50 of the night. So the Enforcers certainly celebrating the Veterans Night here. And Colby, it's been an amusing weekend to say the least.
Surely has.
As now Brendan Hussey's line back out there. Skropoulos and Yates also both out there as you watch the replay. 45 seconds to go. This one all done but the crying, as once again JT Walters chasing after it. These two teams meet in just 2 weeks again down in Delaware. So it should be an interesting, heated matchup yet again after the discrepancy here tonight. Moving it out, Yates passes to Hussey. Hussey couldn't handle it. Turned back around the other way by Masters. Masters' stick was lifted momentarily. Now it's moved back out. Right back in on Joe Young, who covers up with 17.5 seconds to go. Joe Young looking to keep this a 5-goal deficit here for the Delaware Thunder. So, an absolutely amazing game for your Elmira Enforcers. Fans start to head for the exits as the clock is running out. Gavin Yates moves it back along, fires it down. 10 seconds remains here, as this is going to do it. Chopped down, here comes Contrato in on a breakaway, looking, firing, and goal. Brandon Contrato, as the puck went in, but that will do it. The Thunder will pull back within 4 as Delaware's done. They throw the puck over. So they're going to let this one go. They are going to count the goal, I believe. So hold on. Delaware is getting off the ice. Taylor chirping the Elmira Enforcers. I can't believe that. You got scored on 6 times and you're going to chirp. That's ridiculous. As now, JT Walters having an exchange. Everybody being sent off the ice. Hold on here. Did they not count that last goal?
Not up on the board.
It is not up on the board. As here comes the Enforcers, as they'll celebrate the victory. So, big win for the Enforcers here at home. 50 shots on goal. As the Enforcers celebrate here in front of the home crowd. The Enforcers go on the road next week. They will face off with the Danbury Hat-Tricks. As now, let's take a look here. Should have the 3 stars of the game here momentarily. See what the Enforcers get for credit here. As now, Joe Young takes a hug from Ahmed Mahfouz. So once again, see who the 3 stars of the game are. Kyle Stevens going out. He goes and grabs a stick off the bench as he slides that one through. And now again, here's the 3 stars of the game. So I think this one will be pretty easy to determine. Kyle Stevens gets the 3rd star of the game. Not surprising there. Congratulations to Kyle. 2nd star of the game. I don't think there'll be much surprise here, Colby, after an amazing performance in his first start of the season. So Joe Young has a heck of a performance, earns himself number 2 star of the game. As of right now on the board, it still reads 7-2, so I'm going to say they didn't count that last goal. I thought they, as the 1st star of the game, number 81, Sean Reynolds, as that is a big one there. Had a heck of a game. And now there's some discussion here, as it appears as though we're going to get another one of those wonderful skits that the boys are always so nice to offer us here. Joe Young even getting involved. This should be interesting. The only time we've seen a goalie involved was the baseball skit last year. As, hold on, what do we have here? Joe Young looks to be bowling. And he bowls over the competition as the boys go big. And Joe was going to bowl him over, and he used himself to do so. So, interesting finish here. As I mean, I don't really know how that last segment ended up. Okay, so they do have it official here on the website. It is going to go 7-3. Brandon Contrado is going to get that last goal. It's not up on the scoreboard here, but it's official on the website. 7-3. So Contrado does get that last goal, but they let the time run out and say, we're done with this. And who can blame them? The referees were having some issues managing at the end of the game, and it was a tough one to manage. Take a final look around the out-of-town scoreboard here tonight as the Enforcers finish up the sweep of the Delaware Thunder before they head back on the road for 4 straight games. So the Carolina Thunderbirds finish the deed against the Danbury Hat-Tricks, earning themselves a split. Down in Mentor, they crush the Rumblebees 10-3 final score. Columbus still battling with the Port Huron Prowlers. It's 4-3 in favor of Port Huron. Just over 2 minutes left to go in that one, Colby. And then, third period just getting underway in Danville, Illinois. The Watertown Wolves 4, Danville Dashers 1. So the Enforcers earn the sweep. It's been a heck of a performance for the Enforcers this weekend. What are your thoughts?
It goes into the Blitz as a 7-3 win, but honestly, after the third period the Enforcers had, they put up 6 goals in that third period. It was quite a period. It's been quite a weekend. It's been quite a night.
As the Enforcers earn their first sweep of the season. Well, that's going to wrap it up from First Arena. We'll be back next week live from Danbury, Connecticut, as your Enforcers get their first look at the Danbury Hat-Tricks. I'm John Clement alongside Colby Smith. Colby, thanks for joining me in the booth this weekend.
Thanks for having me. I'll be back on the 27th.
Sounds good. So stay tuned here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. Good night, Elmira.